Hey guys, welcome to Green Bean Fiction. So in today's video we are gonna see, what if Deku had shadow powers and had harem? Part 1. This story is The Reaper by DenizSara132. Before starting, make sure to hit that like button, as your one like motivates me to bring more stories, and subscribe the channel if you are new so you won't miss our latest videos. Izumi's paw. Izuku. Mommy, wake up. Izumi. Mommy, it is our birthday, come on. Inko. I am coming, kids. I saw her wake up while me and Oni-chan were jumping on her bed. Inko. Okay kids, I am going to cook your favorites for the breakfast and for the lunch, okay? Izuku. Okay mommy. I remember we were sitting on the kitchen while mom was cooking. He was happy until he was making a sour voice. Izumi. Oni-chan, what's wrong? Izuku. My chest hurts for some reason, sis. Izumi. Maybe it is your quirk awakening. Izuku. Maybe. Izumi. Mommy, when are we gonna get our quirks? Inko. We will go to the doctor today, honey, to find out. But we can go early if your chest is hurting. At that moment Oni-chan was holding his chest tightly. He was crying and he then passed out. Mom rushed at his side and picked him up. We were on our way to the hospital when Izuku's chest was glowing purple. Izumi. Mommy, Oni-chan is glowing. Inko. It must be his quirk, sweetie. We will find out in the doctor's. When we arrived to the office we were waiting for the nurses to take him. We were both waiting for the doctor and eventually he came. Doctor. So Ms. Midoriya, come inside please. We head inside to talk with the doctor. Izuku was awake and we rushed at him for a hug. Inko. Sweetie, I was so worried. Izuku. I am okay mommy, it doesn't hurt anymore. Izumi. You scared us, Oni-chan. Doctor. So Miss Midoriya, I will cut to the chase. Your son's case is confusing. We checked his chest as you asked and found out something rather odd. He then showed us his chest and there was something weird. I wasn't sure so I looked at it confused. Doctor. As you see here, miss, your son has 2 hearts. Inko. So his quirk is. Doctor. And that is the confusing part. When we checked his left pinky toe, he had a joint. It is one of the signs that shows quirklessness. And we did other tests to see if there was a mistake and we noticed that he should be quirkless. And yet he has that other heart. It is denser and is somewhat glowing a faint purple. So I called a professor who should be able to help you more than me. Luckily he was in the town so you can see him today. But unfortunately it will be around 9:30 p.m. Inko. I see, it is after the bedtime for the kids. I can ask Mitsuki to help May guess. Alright, can you check Izumi's quirk as well, doctor? Doctor. Of course miss, it should take some time. Mom left the room with Izuku while I was sitting there. The doctor did some tests and I left the room. An hour have passed. We were waiting in the waiting area with Izumi. Then the doctor called us. Doctor. Good news miss. She has a telekinesis quirk like yours. It is really strong and a lot stronger than yours in its peak. She can be a good hero. But like I said, I would like you to come this evening to check your son again. Inko. Yes doctor, we will be there, thank you. Izuku. Can I be a hero? Inko. We cannot know until you come here, sweetie. I see you later, miss. Katsumi. We left the doctor. Mom dropped us at the playground. There we found Kachin. Izuku. Kachin, let's play. Izumi. Iken dod, you got your quirks. Izumi. Yes doctor said I have a telekinesis quirk. Katsumi. That's awesome. What about Iken? Izumi. We don't know, doctor said that he has 2 hearts but also quirkless. Mommy will take him to the doctor again. Today. Katsumi. Really? Alright, I am sure it will be awesome. Let's be heroes together like All Might. Izuku. Yeah, when we grow up. Eventually mom came to take us home. Inko. Okay kids, come in. We will eat dinner and I will take you to Mitsuki's. Izumi. Izumi. Really mom? Yay. Inko. Yes, I want you to stay with them tonight and I will be taking Izuku to doctor again. We head out and mommy took us to Kachin's home. Inko, how are you? Inko. We are fine. Thank you for agreeing to look after Izumi. Mitsuki. Mitsuki. Oh, it our pleasure. You two just find out what his quirk is. And we celebrate. Inko. Okay, he gotta go, bye sweetie. Izumi. Bye mom, bye Oni-chan. That was the last time I have ever saw both of them. 14 years later, I was in the classroom waiting the teacher. I was drawing notes on the notebook about the new hero that made her debut, Mount Lady. Then eventually teacher came with a lot of papers. Teacher. Now today is the day that you kids have to decide for your future. He then tossed them aside. Teacher. But who am I kidding, you all want to be heroes. The class cheered as everyone used their quirks. Katsumi. Hey teach, don't count me in with these losers. They would be lucky if they were to be sidekicks to some D-listers. Mai and Izumi here are the only ones deserving to be real heroes here. We will be going to UA and the number 1 and 2 heroes. The class yelled at her and she retaliated with her explosions. Teacher. Ah, the Bakugo sisters. Yes, they both scored highest in the mock exams and are applying for UA. Student. No way, that school only has a 0.2 acceptance rate. Katsumi. Yes, so it is perfect for us. Izumi. Please calm down, Kachin. Katsumi. Whatever. The school ended and we were walking back home. I was reading my notes about heroes. And eventually it came to the emptiest page I had. The one about the Reaper. A vigilante that appeared about couple months ago. His first debut was a brutal one. He appeared first time in America, when he single-handedly managed to organize a fake black market convention in New York, managed to summon some of the most dangerous villain organizations in USA, Mexico, Brazil, Russia and China, and slaughtered all of them in cold blood. The number of dead people were never announced, but people say that it was over 1,000. Although really scary, he was really efficient and he was able to do the job of heroes in an amazing pace. In fact, his takedown count was higher than all of the top heroes of Japan combined in a month. He constantly traveled the world, popping up in random cities in every county, and every time he appeared, he was able to wipe out all the villains that were active in that night, most being killed and the remaining surviving ones getting traumatized. And all the witnesses said the one thing when they were saved. The same thing the surviving villains said. There were shadows, whatever his quirk is, it is strong. Katsumi. Izu, keep walking, you can do that at home. Izumi. Oh okay, Kachin. I put my notebook back and we were walking in the shopping district. Suddenly a soda bottle dropped right next to us. And when Kachin kicked it, a sludge-like villain appeared and grabbed us. Izuku's paw. After all these years I was back in Japan. Now the big question was whether should I stay here for good, or should I do what I always do. After all, my war isn't over yet. 14 years ago, we were on our way to doctor. I was exited to find out what my new heart can do. It was glowing. I hope I can be a hero like All Might. Mom was kinda curious and decided to take us there early. On our way, I heard something loud. And suddenly our car got hit by something. It blew away our car with us in it, causing it to crash into a building. I was in my seat, but the building we crashed into was damaged too much, and because of the position we were at, the window next to me broke and something hit my head. Everything else was black afterwards. I don't know how long passed, but I woke up. But all I was seeing was random people. I tried to remember, but failed. Who was I? What was my name? Who were they? Where was I? Flashback ends. I continued to walk the streets as I heard an explosion. I jumped on top of a building to see things better. There I saw a blonde girl trapped in a green sludge and a green-haired girl trying to get her out. And there were 4 pro heroes shouting at the girl to stay back while they themselves not doing shit. These two seemed really familiar. I sighed and put my goodie on. My black cape appeared and I grabbed my dagger. Then I used Dominator's touch to grab both girls out of there. Everyone seemed shocked and confused at what just happened. One of them had long green spiky hair, green eyes and freckles. Other one had ashy blonde spiky hair tied in a ponytail and red eyes. Izuku soon then realized she was his sister. Third paw. The 2 girls were now close to the heroes, and they landed on the ground. Katsumi. Thanks Izumi. Izumi. That wasn't me. Katsumi. Who was it then? Then out of nowhere the area they were in got darker as a purple, green and a black aura was released. It was really terrifying. The heroes and the people seemed not so affected since it was not meant for them, but the villain was absolutely shitting himself. He slowly turned his head up to see the last thing he will ever look at. I just arrived and already have to deal with this, huh? And here I thought this country was a safe haven. Everyone's jaws dropped as they saw the legendary Reaper standing on the rooftop, with a black aura of darkness covering him. Villain. Please don't hurt me. Reaper. A minute ago you were talking how you were going to use those girls as meat shields and now you are begging for life. You are a coward, you know that. Villain. Please, I beg you. Reaper. I have to think about it. No. In the blink of an eye the head of the sludge villain was gone. It happened so fast that nobody, not even pro heroes, saw what happened. Only one person saw what happened, and even he was scared about how fast it was. A really skinny blonde man with black and blue eyes. He was astonished about what the green-haired girl was trying to do, and right before he was going to act, but Reaper beat him. He then stood up and was going to jump away, but he turned to the heroes that were standing there. Reaper. Heroes, listen up, because I am going to say this only once. Next time, live up to the titles that the people and the government gave you and save people. Do not just sit by wait others because of the outrageous and cowardly excuse of not having the right quirk for the job. That is the excuse of a coward. With that he left the area in high speed, as if he literally vanished. Heroes were yelling at Izumi for being reckless, but Katsumi defended her against pro heroes and actually scared a few people. Eventually it died down and the two headed back home. On their home they had a one hell of a surprise. All Might. I am here. The girls stopped there to see All Might standing right in front of them. Izumi. Oh my god, it is All Might. All Might. Hello girls, may I have your names? Izumi. Sure, I am Izumi Midoriya Bakugo and she is Katsumi Bakugo. All Might. Are you two sisters? Izumi. Yes, they adopted me after my mom died and brother disappeared. She looked down and so did Katsumi. Katsumi. Yeah, we still miss Iken. All Might. Alright girls, I will go straight to the point. He started to produce steam and shrink down. Both of the girls were shocked and questioned whether he was real All Might or he was a fake. All Might. Yes girls, I am the real All Might. As for my appearance. He lifted his shirt and revealed them his injuries. All Might. An incident 5 years ago got me this wound and now I have a time limit for my quirk. Izumi. Was it the toxic chainsaw? All Might. No, this was someone else. Someone much more powerful. I made sure to never make this story public. Quote. Katsumi. Okay, but why are you telling us this? All Might. Because young Bakugo, I saw how heroic your sister was behaving and it got me inspired. So I decided to choose her. That bring young Midoriya, would you like to take my quirk? Both. What? All Might. There are many theories about my quirk, but the truth is, I didn't born with it. It was given to me by my master. And I would like to give it to you young Midoriya. As for you young Bakugo, even though I will choose your sister to be my successor, I still would like to train you too, since the way you defended your sister back then was also impressive. After a few more explanations Izumi accepted. Katsumi was a bit disappointed, but she agreed too. After all, no way in hell she is missing the chance to train with All Might. They all exchanged numbers and left. But unknown to them Izuku was listening their contestation behind a wall and took a sigh of relief. Izuku. Looks like I don't have to assign guards for you after all, little sis. Not yet at least. With that he went for his own path. Get the kid right now. That monster must be eliminated. I had no idea what they were talking about. But it felt like danger, so I had to do something. I was running for my dear life with blood covering my body. I had this gun in my hand. This forest I was in was really wet and muddy. I had no idea where I was, but all I knew that I had to run. They were slow or I was surprisingly fast. I didn't know, I didn't care. I was running for hours at end with no signs of stopping. Eventually I managed to arrive to the city. I saw symbols and was not able to read it. It was night time and I had to hide next to a trash can. The air was cold, rainy, and I had no idea where I was. I was just as confused as I could get. All I remembered was the plane ride, and some people talking while wearing robes. They eventually took me to a building in a warehouse which I managed to escape. However, I was eventually found and had to run away. Kill it. Kill the monster. I jumped on a big trash container and kept running. I ran with all the pain, but I still made it. I got trapped. Holding a knife, I was waiting. My head was bleeding while my leg was hurt. I saw the people point their quirks at me. Only after that a loud boom. Don't protect this monster, he will destroy the world. I woke up from my dream while it was still night time. It's been about a month since I arrived here. Thanks to my new powers I don't need much sleep anymore. But the daily quests are still a pain. The rewards are decent, but at this point I have dozens of low-ranking dungeon keys, C rank at best. But the extra skill points I got from it is actually useful, at least in the long run. I really could use more intelligence since my army can get bigger and bigger that way. I rarely used the fatigue recovery since the villains I killed so war are absolute weaklings. How some of them managed to become the top villains of their countries is actually beyond me. A few were powerful, but most were just people who had a quirk but had no idea what to do with it. At least my shadows are getting to know different type of humans. Who is a villain, who is a hero, who should be protected, who should be disposed of. Eagers and Iron knows the most at this point. Tank is getting there, rest of the shadows are following their examples. Now here I am in the night patrolling the area with my shadows walking around independent for me to take out more villains. However, right now none of my shadows detected anything. Is it because of the low crime rate? Or is it because I am here and they are scared shitless of me? It does not matter. It is better that they don't bother me or anyone at that matter. I have much more important shit to do. As I was traveling in high speeds while riding tank, I sensed a malicious intent and fear. Turning our direction to that direction I saw something that was disturbingly nostalgic in every possible way. I used my stealth skill and got down. I was waiting in the shadows right next to the girl. There I saw a man with a plague mask in his face wearing coat and black pants. He had brown hair and yellow eyes. If I remember correctly from the intel I gathered about Japanese villains, he is called Overhaul. The girl leaning on the wall, on her back and covering her head. Once she got down to that position I saw her bandaged arms and legs. I killed enough villains and monsters to know that cannot be the result of accidents or innocent clumsiness. Not to mention she looked pale, way too pale. It was night time and I could literally see her from a mile away. She had white blue hair and red eyes along with a horn on her head. She seems absolutely terrified of him and shivering. Overhaul. You know you can't escape me, Eri. You are my cure for this world and you will play your part. Eri. And no, PP please and no mo, it hoots. I didn't know what the fuck was she talking about, but I wasn't having it. Overhaul. And what are you going to do, Eri? Where are you going to go? You are cursed. No one will take you, no one will love you. You are a monster. This way you will be saving the world at least. Now we are going back. I saw the girl cry. She covered her face with her arms and started to shake. She was panicking and starting to move back and forth. Yes, this was fucking nostalgic. I was losing my composure when I saw the guy trying to grab her. I completely lost it. I released my bloodlust aiming solely at him. It was night time so it was dark but now it was pure black. I grabbed his hand with my right arm and used Dominator's touch on the girl with the other one. I pulled her away from him as my cloak was disappearing. He looked at me in horror. Overhaul. You are real. Reaper. Haven't you watched the TV? I am more real than your fear right now. Right before he could have done something I squeezed his arm as hard as possible. I didn't know what his quirk was but I didn't care. His arm got blown away from sheer grip with him screaming in pain. He then jumped back. With the existing arm he grabbed his missing arm and healed it. It was not like healing. The remaining forearm parts first got blown away and then got fused back together. That is his quirk. He looks like he can restructure anything he is touching. Powerful but has limits too. I summoned a shadow infantry to grab the scared girl and carry her away. He saw that and touched the ground with spikes coming out of it. But in the midway they stopped because I used sprint to appear right next to him and chopped that arm right away. He was going to do something but I used Dominator's touch to grab his arm and lifted him up. Then I pinned him to a wall. Reaper. You know, this is a rare moment. Overhaul. WY. Gasp. Is that? He was in pain and tired. Or he just lost too much blood at this point. Reaper. Because. I pulled my dagger on his face with darkness covering my body completely, leaving only my eyes and the facial figures of my helmet remaining. My eyes were also glowing in dark green. Reaper. I am genuinely gonna enjoy this. I pulled out my dagger and started to cut him. I made sure they were small cuts to make it more painful. However, my satisfaction got cut when I sensed a bigger danger. A sensation I can never forget. There was no mistake. It is a gate. A strong one. I turned my head to the direction and realized that it was the direction the soldier go with the girl. Shit, I dropped him down, not caring about him anymore. Then I saw him trying to attack me but my senses are way too fast for that. Adding to the new level of worry thanks to this gate chopped his head of clean right there. I had to move quick. I summoned all of my shadows back to me with the only exception of the said soldier. When I turned back to see the size of it, I got really worried. It was a big. Definitely a rank, or even A+. When I touched it I was not able to get inside. It was not a red one but it felt like something was blocking me from entering it. Like a barrier form inside. I took a stance, pulled my daggers, then stabbed them to it as hard as possible. The energy released in the form of lightning from that, and it was big enough to take out some of the electric poles, causing a blackout, but I managed to enter. I searched for both of them only to see the soldier got stabbed with spears unable to move. Then I was able to hear a voice in my head. Welcome human. I am Kargalan, the great priest of the High Orcs. I sense you break my barrier. Impressive. But you are the second human here. The other one is much smaller than you. But her power is intriguing, so I await you in my chamber. I pulled the swords out of the shadow and set High free. He instantly bowed down as if he was waiting for a punishment for failing my order. I put my hand on it. Reaper. It is fine, you did what you could. I am not mad at you. I absorbed him back to my shadow and head to the chamber. I was right in front of the huge door. Before I enter, system popped up with a mission. Less than new job request. Save area and eliminate all High Orcs. Greater than. Less than rewards. New skill greater than. Less than plus 20 stats points greater than. Less than new item greater than. Less than new item greater than. Less than new item greater than. Damn, if the system really wants her to be rescued she must be important in some ways. But it was something I was going to do anyways, so it is a win-win for everyone. Now Eri, wait for me. I am coming to you. Status. Name. Izuku Midoriya. Job. Shadow Monarch level. 87 title. The one who overcame adversity plus 2 more. HP. 30.048 MP. 6.888 fatigue. 0. Strength. 233 agility. 198 sense. 169 vitality. 177 intelligence. 287 AP. 0 physical damage reduction. Percent 46. Passive skills. Unknown. LVL Max Perseverance. LVL1 Advanced Dagger Arts. LVL2. Active skills. Sprint. LVL Max Bloodlust. LVL1 STEATH. LVL2 Vital Strike. LVL Max Dagger Throw. LVL2 Dominator's Touch. LVL2. I busted the door open to see the kid being held by the final boss who was sitting on his throne. She was still afraid and shaking in here, this time closing her eyes and ears due to the noise. I was walking closely to the center. I was surrounded with hundreds of High Orcs. At least 700. But my army was also big enough to do damage. Kargalan. So have come human. This little one was intriguing with her ability, but too boring for our standards. I hope you can entertain us more. He lifted Eri up with magic. That moment I used Dominator's Touch to pull her to me, then I dashed as fast as possible to grab her. Then I landed back to entrance. I looked at her shaking in fear. Reaper. It is gonna be alright. She looked at me and closed her eyes again. Reaper. Hey, it is okay. I took my helmet off to reveal my face. Imagine it with a robe. And he is wearing a black t-shirt and black pants. She looked at me and calmed down a bit, but the sound of the orcs behind us scared her again. I sensed one of the 4 orcs that were next to the boss were going to attack us. I used Dominator's Touch to smash him to the ground, then lifted him up and smashed him to the ceiling. Repeating it over and over again in high speed, he eventually got stuck on the ceiling. Izuku. It will be okay. None of these things will hurt you. I will make sure of that. I looked back to the orcs with a calm face and glared at the boss. Izuku. I will take them all down. So stay here. Kargalan. Ha, only you will never be able to defeat all of us. I slowly walked to the center from the entrance. More I walked, my shadow grew more. Izuku. This is a really bad situation, for you at least. Arise. Third Pav. From his shadow, his soldiers appeared. Over 100 shadow with weapons and large as beasts with claws waiting their orders to annihilate this orc tribe. Izuku give one simple command, and that being attack as he, and all of his men charged at them. Once the orcs entered his dominion, he used his dominion of monarch skill to power up his shadows. Now they were covered in a purple form, feeling even stronger. The orcs charged at them in full speed. The shadows took a formation and charged as well once they were too close. The long-range soldiers like the mages and the archers were in the center sending barrages of projectiles. His shadows were strong but the orcs were stronger. So Izuku decided to join in on the slaughter. He pulled his daggers out and slash out every orc on his path. Igras, Iron and Tank are fine along with the mages but the rest of my shadows are killed over and over again. I have to decrease their numbers a bit too. Then the real show will begin. Then Izuku saw a huge wave of fire being shot at his army, destroying quite a large amount of shadows. He turned to see the boss standing there with a dragon head floating in front of him. Kargalin. Those minions of yours are weak, even if they regenerate, I can destroy them until you run out of mana. Izuku. You would be dead before that happens. Izuku jumped for a strike but was blocked by a barrier made by the orc. Kargalin. It is futile, you will not be able to kill me and you will lose your weak soldiers. Izuku. If you haven't noticed I have some strong fighters too. Izuku then pointed Igras, Iron and Tank who charted at their generals. While all this was happening Izuku took a bottle of mana potion and drank it. Izuku. Time for me to show you the true power of a necromancer. Izuku then summoned the fighting spirits of all the dead orcs, causing the size of his army almost triple. Then they all charged at the living orcs. In that time Igras, Tank and Iron managed to took down the orc generals. Iron managed to bash the orc with his hammer, killing him. Igras got ganged by two of them, however he parried their attacks, jumped acrobatically, and threw one of his knives at the orc's head. He also jumped on the same orc's head and pushed the knife deeper with his stomp. Then managed to push the other one away. Iron took the opportunity and smacked him with his hammer, then Tank finished him using his claw. Izuku. Looks like your guards are down. And a mage without their guards are doomed to die. Kargalin. How could this be, this power, is he the... Izuku didn't wait for him to think and attacked again. Kulagan used his barrier again but this time it was blown away by one of the mages with the orb of power. Orc Priest Hen used his power to make himself bigger. Izuku looked at him straight up, but with an unimpressed look. Kargalin. You still look down on me now human. Kargalin then tired to stomp on Izuku and used him of the fire dragon to burn him down. Izuku managed to dodge and jumped high all the way to his face. Izuku. Yup, bigger it is, easier to hit. Izuku then semi-formed his dagger and jammed it to Kulagan's eye, causing him to shrink back down. Lying on the ground bleeding orc looked up one last time to see his generals turned into shadows. Izuku. Like I said, a mage without guards are easy to kill, and here you are completely defenseless. Kargalin. No, how can a great Kargalin be defeated by a human? He couldn't talk more when orc generals killed him. You leveled up. You leveled up. Alarm. The job request is complete. You gained 20 stats. You gained a new skill, Eye of Wisdom. You gained 3 item boxes. Izuku. There are quite a lot of shadows now. Izuku. Now then, arise. Izuku used the shadow extraction on the orcs. Izuku. This is a new rank. It goes as infantry, elite, knight. So this must be a rank above. His name was, never mind, I am gonna go with, Tusk. Now name is now Tusk. Tusk level 1 elite knight. Izuku. There are some really good item boxes, but I will not open them now. I also got 30 stats now. It is good. Now then. I need to make sure I save the best ones. Tusk, then generals and a few dozen more should do. Shadow soldiers. 1207 extracted, 213 saved. Izuku's paw. This new power allows me to see people's quirks. Now that is just perfect. Once I was done I head towards where Eri was. She was just leaning on a wall looking at what just happened. She was looking at the shadows in a bit of an awe but she was mostly scared. I slowly approached her. Then I sat down right in front of her. Izuku. So, come here kid. I lashed out my hand slowly to grab her. She instantly got up and hugged me. I was hugging her back. I then slowly put her to a better position and now I was able to hold her better. I looked at her eyes. Izuku. It is over kid. Let's get out of here. She was still hugging me tightly with both arms and legs. Almost like a koala. Once we left the gate I jumped on a rooftop with her. Then I slowly put her down. But she just hugged my more. Eri. PP please don't leave me. Izuku. I want kid. But what about your parents? She then started to cry. I realized that she is most likely had nobody, and nowhere to go, and thanks to that bastard overhaul and now orcs, she has been through hell. Eri. They hate me, I am accused. Izuku. No, you are not, kid. You are just a little kid who deserve better than this. I looked at her. Gently. She should be around the age of 4. Same age as when I was also lost. I remembered the time old man managed to save me from those cultists. I was covered in blood and actually killed one of them, but he didn't care. He happily handed me his hand. Flashback. Pav. I was staring at this kid who was just covered in blood and obviously had a bunch of injuries. He was holding a knife while leaning to a wall. Who are you? Get away from me. As he spoke, I realized that he was speaking Japanese. Lucky for him, my father owned a small business in Japan when I was little, so could talk to him. It is okay, kid, I am here to help. He looked at me surprised. You can understand me? Yes, kid, I can. You are Japanese, aren't you? Japanese. Yes, that is the language you speak. Who are you? I don't know. You don't. What is the last thing you remember? I woke up in a cage, then I ran. I can't remember anything. Who am I? Where am I? He was panicking. I just grabbed him gently and calmed him down. It is okay, kid. I don't know who you are, but I can find out. As for where, you are in Seoul, South Korea. Now let me give you a hand, we can deal with this together. Izuku's paw. I wasn't sure why, but I felt like I could trust this man. Izuku. Who are you? Me. My name is Go Gun-hee, the chairman of the South Korean Hero Association, and the former #1 hero. Flashback ends. Seems like this is a similar situation. Now I understand what old man felt. It is indeed nostalgic. Izuku. Eri, why don't you come with me? I will take care of you. Eri. I will be good, please don't leave me. I felt bad after hearing that. I just grabbed him and decided to head back home. Eri. The black people. Is she referring to my shadows? I smiled and summoned all of them, including the orcs. She flinched seeing them, but I hold her tightly. Izuku. Don't worry, they look like them, but they are different. They are my servants. They will never hurt you. Right after I said that, all of my shadows kneeled before me. Eri looked at them in awe. Izuku. Come here and touch them. They will accept it. I got closer to Igris and let Eri pat the knight. Igris raised his hand and looked at her. Eri was flinching, but then he gently put his hand on her, patting her back. He looks like he is going to be a good guardian for her in the future. Izuku. Looks like he liked you, Eri. His name is Igris. Why don't you call him Uncle Igris from now on? Or Big Brother Igris? Oh, Uncle Igwis. Can't say Igris can smile or blush, but I could feel that he was happy. Izuku. Now let's go home, why do you say? I smiled gently. She looked at me and smiled back with a small blush as well. Yeah, truly nostalgic. I hate high-end gates. After dealing with that gate, I head back home with Eri. I still left some of my shadows to patrol more. It was something I learned the hard way. Anytime a higher-end gate breaks, the mana it releases causes more weaker gates to open up. A-ranked gates are the most annoying. I am yet to encounter an S-ranked gate directly, but let's just hope I won't. At least not yet. This gate didn't broke, but I am still going to take caution. We arrived at my temporary place and I took her to take a bath. After taking her clothes, I noticed that she was disturbingly skinny. Were they even feeding her? Gave her a relaxing bath. I wrapped her around towels. I had no clothes for her. I would give her some of mine, but they are kinda too big. Oh fuck it, I have enough gold. I opened up the item shop and bought some clothes for her. It wasn't much. Just around 1200 gold. First was of course sleepwear. We have only one bed here right now, so I am sleeping on the couch. I was going to leave, but she held my hand tightly. I realized that she is still afraid. I decided to stay with her and laid down the bed. I put her to the wall side, wrapped my arms around her, and went to sleep. Next day, I woke up with her completely hugging me. I started to move a bit, which woke her up. She then yawned like a cat and looked around confused. She then looked at me. Izuku. Good morning, Eri. Eri. Who are you? Who am I? I looked at her confused. Izuku. Do you not remember the last night? She started to think about it. Then I saw tears coming out of her. Eri. It wasn't a DWEAM. I looked at her and chuckled. Then I grabbed her gently. Izuku. No, it wasn't. You are safe with me. Now let's get you something to eat. On cue her stomach growled. She looked down. Izuku. Looks like you are hungry already. Come with me. I took her to the kitchen and prepared a meal for her. Right now all I had was packed meal, so I had no other option but to give that to her. She still enjoyed it but had a bit of problem holding the spoon. Looks like she is not used to it. How the fuck were they feeding her? Then I took her to take a bath. After that I thought that I had to do my daily quests early. Only problem would be jogging. I turned on the TV for her and I decided to do my workout. While she was watching some cartoons I was done with my push-ups, sit-puts, and squats. I was going to take a shower but I saw her accidentally change the channel and turned on the news. And surprise surprise, it is talking about Overhaul and all of the villains I found last night. Her face got white and I instantly grabbed her. Izuku. Don't worry kid, he is gone for good. I am sure that's what they are talking about. Reporter. Breaking news. Overhaul, the leader of the villain organization the Kai Hisaikai, was found dead last night. The police reports suggest that there has been a fight between him and someone else. It has been suspected that this is the work of the international vigilante, the Reaper, due to the fact that most of the pro-heroes that were patrolling the city last night said that they didn't encounter him or any villain. There are also... Wait, what? Understood. Ladies and gentlemen, there are now new cases of some minor thugs being found dead in all around the city. The new police report suggests that some of them may have died at the same time despite being in different parts of the city. Can this be also the work of Reaper? Is he working with people, or the rumors of his shadows being able to move freely are true? Stay tuned for more discovery. So my shadows did found some villains to take out. Must be weaklings. I looked at Eri who was shaking after hearing that name. Eri. Will he come back? Izuku. No Eri, he is dead. He will never come back to hurt you again. Don't worry, it will be alright. But for now I need you to come with me. Don't worry. I will only go for a morning jog. Then we will be back home. We can even go for somewhere fun, what do you say? She looked at me nervous. Izuku. If you feel unsafe I will be there for you alright. Also Igris will be in your shadow to watch over you. She looked at me and nodded. Igris then entered her shadow for extra protection. I grabbed her and left the house for my morning jog. If I don't do it, I will go to that penalty zone. In the past I wouldn't mind, but now, it is the last thing I want it to happen. We head out. While I carried her I was running around the city and eventually found a park and I was jogging around it. I was wearing a hoodie and a face mask to cover my mouth while she was wearing basic clothes. There were people and Eri was wary of them. She was hugging me the whole time while burying her head to my chest. Izuku. Eri, look at me. Quote. She looked at me. Izuku. It is okay. They will not harm you. Let's sit down for a moment and you look around. You will see that they are friendly. She hesitantly nodded. We sat down and she was looking at me. I looked down at Igris who was in her shadow. Then I motioned Eri to look at him as well. Once she saw Igris she was confused. Izuku. Igris is there to protect you. If something happens and I need to do something, he is there in my place to protect you. As your uncle and one of my best soldiers, he is perfect for the job. Quote. She then tried to build up as much courage as possible and started to look around. She was in awe thinking how colorful it is. The flowers were everywhere. Izuku looked at her with a smile. Izuku. You see. This is not that hell you pulled you out of. This is where you are free. Free to be a normal kid you deserve to be. She looked at me with tears in her eyes. I hugged her gently. I stayed there for a bit longer while organizing my inventory and new skills. Right now the new skill I got from Orc's dungeon. It is called Eye of Perception. It allows me to see the quirks of humans. Really useful especially if I wanted to fight villains. And there are 3 other items I also got from that, but for now I will not focus on them. Eri's quirk seems really powerful. Rewind, power to change any living being she touches to their previous state. I wonder what is the extent of that. Only time will tell. I continued my jog. Eventually it was done. Then I decided to take Eri to a beach that I still remembered. When I was a kid. Once I arrived there I was really disappointed. The beach was covered in trash. Too much trash that I wasn't even able to see the sea. Eri looked at me confused and I sighed. Izuku. Well Eri, This place is not in its best shape. Let's go somewhere else. Sir, can we help you? I turned to see who it was, only for my eyes to widen. It was Katsumi and Izumi. Great, should I reveal myself to them, or should I leave? But before I was going to say something, Eri chose it for me, by burying her face to my chest. Eri. Papa. Izumi. Is she okay, sir? She seemed scared. Izuku. Oh, sorry about her. She is my adopted daughter. I saved her from an abusive man, but her wounds are still fresh. She is also not comfortable with other people close to her. I was hoping for her to have fun in this beach, but looks like this is impossible. Izumi. Oh, I see. We apologize. Izuku. It is okay, it is not your fault. Quick question, what happened here? Last time I was here, this place wasn't like that. Katsumi. Yes, this place was like that for a couple of years. People just threw their trash here and eventually it became an illegal dumping ground. Izuku. I see. I wasn't here for a long time. But what are you two doing here? Katsumi. We were cleaning this place for our training. Izumi. It could also help the community. Izuku. Sounds like a good idea. Two birds with one stone. Now we need to leave. Have a good day, girls. Izumi. You too, sir. And we are sorry for scaring her. Izuku. It is more than all right. Have a good day. That was a surprising encounter. But maybe I will reveal myself later. For now I need to take to a park and play with her there. We played in sandbox and eventually head home. On our way I bought groceries for the week along with a small fridge to store them. At home, I decided to buy a bigger home for both of us and found one. It was single building with a couple bedrooms and 2 bathrooms. Good for both of us. It was expensive but I had money to butt. It is really convenient that I can turn the system's gold into real life money. A month later. It has been a month and surprisingly there has been more gates in Japan than in any other country. A couple C rank, one was AB and most were either D or E rank. Looks like I made a good choice staying here. And it is close to Korea. Maybe I should introduce her to old man. In this month I got quite some points thanks to daily quest, and if I keep this up, by the time I am level 100, I might get 500 points for each of my stats. Who knows? Eri seems fine, she is opening up. She even started to call me Papa. And I am really glad. In those nights, I continued hunting down gates and take out any villain I saw. But there aren't many. My army increased in size again. Nothing major, they are just elite ranks and infantry ranks. But they had long-range abilities, so it was worth it. And my new items from the orc raid will work well. One of them is an helmet that taunts the opponents. And if the user can already do that, then the taunting skill gets stronger. It also gives impressive armor and 11% damage reduction. For now, it will work perfectly for iron. The other items were a wind cape and a water ring. And here I was in the living room organizing all the stuff I had. Especially the literal tons of mana crystals I got from all over the gates. Is there a way to use them? If there is, I hope I can find out soon. So far I managed to get Eri's ID. Both Japanese and Korean. Old man, he was absolutely delighted to hear about her and helped me with the whole situation of getting her ID done for both countries. He kept the part that I saved her from overhaul a secret. And since he is the chairman of the Korean Association and the former symbol of peace, they didn't question it the slightest. And he asked me to bring her to Korea. But unfortunately that has to wait. Izuku. Eri, look at me. Today I will be taking you to the park again. But this time this will be a different park where there will be other kids around your age, okay? She was a bit nervous but said okay. I took her to a mall where there was an inside playground. This time I was wearing a mask and a cap but no hoodie. She was nervous but still played in the sandbox. I was watching over her the whole time. I saw a boy around her age walk in. He had black hair and a red hat with horns on it. He was wearing a white shirt, black boots, and dark gray shorts. Eri looked at him. Then I saw the kid asking her if he can play with the sandbox with her. Eri looked at him in awe, she then shyly nodded. Then I saw the two were looking at each other. She then looked at me and I nodded. Then they started to play together. At first it was awkward between them but eventually it got better. I could see this kid was sad. At least from his expressions. Hi there. I turned my face to see a woman in her early to mid-20s. She had bob brown hair and brown eyes. She was wearing a dark gray sweater, white miniskirt held with a black belt, and black transparent leggings with high heels. Izuku. Hello. Quote, is that your daughter? Izuku. Yes, she is. And the boy is related to you. Yes, he is my nephew. I am Shino Sosaki. Nice to meet you. Izuku. I see. Nice to meet you too, Miss Sosaki. And I think the kids are talking about something. Do you want to hear it? Shino. Talking. Izuku. Yes, with the kids. I am Kota. Eri. I am Eri. Kota. Wanna make a sand castle? Eri. What's a sandcastle? Kota. I show you when we make it. Kids were playing with the sandbox peacefully. But both looked rather odd. They both had a straight face. Tone that was hiding the nervousness. Eventually Eri spoke up. Eri. You, okay. Kota. Why do you ask? Eri. Why you look sad? Kota. I am okay. Don't wow away about it. Eri. You saway. You can talk to me. Kota. I am saway. And why are you nuvu? Quote, Eri. I am just. Will these people hute me? Kota. Why would they? Eri. It's just. A lot of people hute me before. Kid looked at her in shocked. Kota. Eri. And Yao family. Eri. My papa said no one will hute me but I am still scared. Kota. It is okay as he hew. She then pointed Izuku and the kid saw his aunt talking with the same guy. Eri. Why are you sad? Kota. I missed my mommy and daddy. Eri. What happened to them? Kota. They are gone. Eri looked at her sad. Eri. My mommy left me too. Kid looked at her. Kota. And Yao daddy. Eri. My new papa is looking after me. Kota. New papa. Eri. Yes, he saved me from the bad man. Kota. Who? Izuku's pa. We walked up to them to see what they were doing. I saw that they were talking. Izuku. Eri. She looked at her to see her papa. Eri. Papa. Izuku. Are you two having fun here? She didn't say anything, she just nodded. You new papa, Mr. Shino. New papa. Izuku. Yes, I am. What is your name, kid? I am Kota. Izuku. Nice to meet you, Kota. Shino. What did he mean, my new papa? Izuku. Eri is my adopted daughter. I adopted her after I run into her. She was basically running away from her so-called father. I found her, took out the man and adopted her. She is basically living with me now. Please don't mention the man, Miss Sosaki, since it is still fresh to her. Shino. I see. Is he saying the truth, sweetie? Eri. Yes. Papa saved me. She then hugged me. Shino. Thanks. And my apologies for doubting. I am a pro hero and asking these questions is basically my job. Izuku. No, it is completely understandable. Shino. Thank you for your understanding, Mr. Izuku. It is Sung Jin Woo. You can call me Jin. I may look Japanese, but I grow up in Korea and my name is Korean. My parents moved to Korea before I was born. They thought this was more suitable of a name for me. Shino. I see, Mr. Jin. So will you ever take her to Korea? Izuku. Yes. Someday I will. I want to introduce her to my family. Shino. If this is the case, I don't think she will enjoy the plane ride. Izuku. Yes, and looks like this place is getting more crowded than it should. Let's leave. Eri. Kota. Growl. We looked at the kids who were blushing. Izuku. And looks like some are hungry. Shino. Let's grab something to eat. Izuku. Yes, do you know a good place for them to eat? Shino. There is a restaurant a couple of blocks away. Izuku. Good, let's go there. Shino. Alright. When we arrived to this place, there was a small area for kids. Eri and Kota head there to play more. That gave me enough time to ask what was bothering me about Kota. Izuku. So what happened to Kota? Shino. Excuse me. Izuku. He seems sad. He may not show it much, but I can see his eyes. The eyes of sadness. So what happened to him? Shino. You are very perceptive. About a few weeks ago his parents were killed by a villain. They were my cousins and now I am looking after Kota. Izuku. Villain attack. Shino. Yes. They were pro-heroes. Izuku. So they died in the line of duty. Shino. Yes. But to Kota, it is not like that. Izuku. He thinks that they left him. For the sake of some random people. Shino. Unfortunately. Izuku. Quite the tragedy. My condolences, but maybe there can be something better from this. Both kids suffered where they shouldn't. And that pain is the common ground for them. Where they can make a bond. The way I see it, Kota is her first friend. Shino. And it is the same for Kota. Izuku. Such bonds never break. I have an idea. Why don't we make them spend more time with each other? That way both will have people they can trust other than us. Shino. Good idea. But before that, I would like to ask, what is her quirk? Depends on what it is. I can take measures for both of them. Don't worry, as a pro hero, I know how to deal with dangerous quirks. I looked at her. With a deadpan eyes. Izuku. I will explain it. At least all that I know. But not here. For that I want a quiet place. After the meals we can go to my place or yours to discuss this more. Shino. Sure, let us go to my house. After the lunch, we head to my place to talk more. She invited us to her place and we arrived there. Now kids were in Kota's room while I was sitting in the living room with Ms. Sosaki. Izuku. So Miss Sosaki, I will cut to the chase. Her quirk is a delicate one. You seem trustworthy, but I want to be sure, is it all right? Shino. Yes, it is. Quote, Izuku. Good. So apologies for what I am about to do. Shino. Wah. Then I used my bloodlust ability on her. She just stood there, sweating and in tears. I spoke while I was still using the skill. Izuku. Can I trust you? Shino. Why yes. I deactivated the power. She almost was going to faint, but I caught her before that happens. Izuku. I am sorry for what I did. Shino. What was that? Izuku. That was a technique. Normally I have a good judge of character. But since this will involve my daughter, I wanted to make sure. Before you make any comments, let me explain why I did that. If my life taught me anything, it is that people show their true selves when they face overwhelming power. It pushes them to the corner, forcing them to reveal their true nature. You are someone I can trust. I too can be more comfortable around you. I looked at her, who was still in shock. Then I removed my mask, revealing my full face. She looked at me in awe for a moment, then blushed. Shino. I see. I see, can understand, because that's most likely what I would do for Kota. She is still stuttering. Maybe she is still shook. Izuku. Thank you. Aries' quirk is called Rewind. It basically has the power to rewind anything to its previous state. I don't know the full power of it, but it was the reason why her former father was abusing her. System literally told me to save her. And I even got rewarded for that quite a lot. So she must be important. Therefore I need to keep her safe. Ms. Sosaki is trustworthy at this point, so I am going to explain what I know about it. That is all I know about it right now, as she grows older. Shino. That sounds powerful. It can be used for healing people, but what is her control over the quirk? Izuku. That is the problematic part. I am not sure. And I don't want to trigger any bad memories, so until she is over her trauma, I will not be training her. That makes things like being in a school difficult for her. Shino. I have an idea. Why don't you enroll her to the same kindergarten with Kota after she is ready to be with people of her age? Friends backing each other could be useful to her. Izuku. Sounds good. But are the other students in that school or friendly? Shino. They are. And the teachers are respectful. Don't worry. I did the background check myself. Izuku. Sound like something I also would do. Shino. Giggle. Yeah, maybe. Considering what you just pulled off. What exactly is your quirk? Izuku. That is rather complicated. But I can do things. Shino. Alright, I don't really need to know. After drinking some more tea together, it was getting late, so we left. Kids were in their room playing, and by the time they left the room I could small smiles on both of their faces. This made both of us happy as we looked at each other. Before we leave, Ms. Sosaki gave her phone number to me. And I gave mine to her. After that we left. So far things are going smooth. Eri and Kota got along quite well. And I am having doubts on whether should I take her to that school, and if I do, should I assign guards? Or should I wait a bit? One of the orc lieutenants can do it. His power is around the level of a rank. He can even give top pros a run for their money. And if I were to put a couple more, but there is a small chance of them coming out if the kids do something too harsh. I need to check myself. Now I was jogging around with Eri. This was a sunny day and it was in the afternoon. So far, everything is going well. My jog is about to be over and things are getting quiet in the city. Looks like me staying in Japan for a while caused people to think that I am staying here for good. And the crime rate is dropping even lower. This is a good thing for everyone, I guess. I can close the gates and not got interfered by villains. Or anyone at this point. Citizens don't usually go out at that time, so it is a plus from that. Now it was done and we were walking to a grocery store to buy food. Today I wanted to make some Korean cuisine for her. But I lacked the ingredients. We were passing a school ground. It seems to be the end of the school and everyone is preparing to leave. While I was passing I felt a huge aura coming from the alleyway. Then I heard a scream. Upon arriving there, I saw a really big man in a cloak. He was basically cornering 3 girls to a corner. He most likely had a gigantification quirk. He was a huge guy. At least 4 meters tall. From the angle I was in, I could say he had pointy teeth and a spiky hair. But that's it. He put his hand on the wall. Do you know where this agency is? He then put his 3 fingers to the wall and cracked it by simply mowing his fingers. The girls were terrified. One of them at least tried to put her hands up in a defensive manner, but I could almost taste her fear from her. She had shoulder-length red hair and red eyes. He had a hardening quirk, but from the looks of it, it is either really weak or not trained properly. She had tiny scar on her right eye. Another quirk had complete pink skin and hair with small yellow horns coming from them. Her eyes were black but also had yellow irises. I was able to see her tears and they were about to fall on the ground. It seems like her quirk is called acid. Sounds decent and T may damage the villain. But his enormous size is enough to make her believe it will not work. The last girl had a bob-cut brown hair and brown eyes. Her cheeks seemed like they were permanently pink. She was holding her hands up and CLSOE to herself. But it wasn't really helping her. I looked at her and noticed that her quirk is called zero gravity. Interesting, and if she manages to use on him they might be able to escape, but the guy is really strong and is holding onto the wall which can crumble at any time. And can't say if it is fear or just the way her quirk works, but I can say that she is not using her quirk. At least not on him. And the guy, I looked at him carefully and noticed that he had multiple quirks. How? If I remember correctly, humans normally cannot have multiple quirks. But then I remembered the case with All Might and Izumi. There is also a rumor I heard while planning New York incident. I may need to look into this. In the meantime, I gotta deal with this guy first. Let's see. I could kill him, that is not a problem. But we are in the middle of the city. I am holding Eri with me and she is starting to get scared. And I am not fighting while holding her. I would need a shadow to keep her safe. But it is the middle of the day which can cause him to get exposed. And his quirks aren't random, all the quirks he has can work with each other perfectly. A really powerful sense quirk, a form of gigantification quirk, and a quirk that blocks pain and a couple more. Meaning he is intended to have them. He is indeed a monster. I can defeat him but not without causing no damage. He has 3 hostages, I need to get them out first. And put them to safety with Eri. Although he would make a good shadow, right now it's not worth the trouble. The best option is to scare him off. He is a big guy, so finding him again may not be that difficult. I turned my gaze to Eri. Izuku. Don't worry Snowball, I got this. Now close your eyes. I turned to the group, then I used Dominator's touch to grab the girls and pull them to me. This got the guy's attention as well as the others. Then I put them right behind me. Izuku. Stay behind me. I will handle him. Who are you? Are you a hero? Are you here to defeat me? Right before he could do something, I activated Bloodlust and looked at him dead in the eye. It seems like work because he slightly shrunk down. He was looking at me with terrified eyes. Izuku. Leave, now. He took a step back and started to run away. I stopped doing what I was doing and turned my attention to the girls, who were all shaking. Izuku. So girls, are you all right? Do you have any injuries? No sir, we are fine. Thank you so much, it was scary. Eri. Did the monster go away, Papa? Izuku. Yes he did Snowball. Is this your daughter? Izuku. Yes. Quote. I looked at her and she seemed surprisingly calm despite being closer to them. She never got this close to other. Then I looked at the others. Izuku. Are you certain you don't have any injuries? Yes we are certain sir. Thank you. Izuku. Alright, what did he wanted? He asked for the address of a hero agency. It was odd, he didn't look like a hero. Izuku. He wasn't. What? Izuku. From what I saw, he is rather destructive. And the way he talked, and his abilities. I think he was a villain. A hitman maybe. Definitely dangerous. But you cared him of Mr. It was really manly. Would you be able to take him out if it became a fight? Izuku. I would, but considering the situation here, it would not worth it. It wouldn't. Izuku. Look around you. We are next to a school, he is a big guy and if we fight, things are bound to go south. Question mark. I see. Izuku. Now make sure you check yourselves, I gotta go soon. And make sure to call the police. But please do me a favor and don't mention about me. Tell them a pro came and scared him off. Why sir? Izuku. I don't like spotlight. Nor dealing with it. That's really manly sir. Thank you. Are you a pro hero? Izuku. Somewhat. I saw the reed head. She was still shaking. And I saw her looking at her own hands with disappointment. I sighed and put my hand on her shoulder. Izuku. It is okay. Huh, Izuku. Girl, I seen what you tried. You tried to stand up but failed. So it is not okay. I failed. I saw Frozen if here. How am I gonna be a hero if it goes like his? Izuku. One failure shouldn't be stopping you. And it is okay to fear. Even the best of us can escape from that feeling. Do you have a hero that you admire? I am sure they are afraid too. But they are able to stand up to it. That's what makes them heroes. She looked at me with wide eyes. Izuku. Never forget, without fear, there is no bravery. They are the two sides of the same coin. After I patted her head, I heft. How? I looked at this man leaving. He was wearing a face mask, but I was able to see his green eyes and hair. Along with freckles. He seemed rather experienced. Was he really a pro? But he left quickly so I wasn't able to ask more. Mina. Ajira, are you coming? Ajira. Oh sorry Mina. Ochako. Hey wait for me. Izuku's paw. Now it was the night time and I was ready. Eri was sleeping soundly without no nightmares. This time, I ordered my shadows to keep any villain they saw alive. I want to know more about the villain I saw today. While some of them do that, I will close any of the gates that appeared around. Luckily there is no range limit for my shadows, meaning I can just travel great distances without a problem. So I was wandering around. Not just here but I was heading to other prefectures as well. And I am also sending some shadows to that way. Right now, I am fast enough and my the only problem is fatigue. But it don't matter in lower ranking gates. But if it is a higher ranking one, then there is a problem. About few hours passed and things are going well. Only some minor gates and I was able to catch some criminals. Now my shadows put all of them to a corner and I was standing in the middle. It was dark so it wasn't easy to see them in detail. It is good for me. Izuku. Now I am going to be asking you some questions. Answer them properly and you will live. You are real. Izuku. First question. I am searching for a guy that have multiple quirks. Have you heard something like that? Multiple quirks. How is that possible? Are you on drugs or something? A polar bear behind it took offense to that and bit his head off. The rest of them looked at it and were now shitting themselves. I even saw a guy faint and one of them was now literally pissing their pants. Yeah, these guys are real fools. Izuku. Really? Seeing someone die got you that bad? Aren't you fuckers villains? Why yay. But, Izuku. But what, you never saw someone die? For fuck's sake, why did you idiots even become ones if you were afraid of dying? If I remember correctly some of you tried to hurt innocent people. And yet here you are. Alright, new question. You answer this or I kill you all. I just need one of you to answer, then I am gonna be generous and let you all live. What is it? Izuku. Where can I find information? Any kind of information. Question mark. Izuku. 10 seconds or my friend here will be eating you all. Tank appeared behind them, and he was drooling. They all looked at it and were about to scream. Izuku. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Jiren. I stopped Tank. His name is Jiren. He know everything. He is our guy for all kinds of jobs. From minor to major. Izuku. Where can I find him? Question mark. Izuku. Tank. I know how to contact him. Quote. He gave me a paper. Izuku. I see. Looks like you guys are lucky. I knocked them out and tossed them near a police station, where they got caught. Izuku. This Jiren guy, huh? Looks like he is my guy. But I will handle him tomorrow. It is getting late and I need to wake Eri up. Single quote. Next day, Eri seems better with people around her. Maybe it is time to check the kindergarten option. I called Miss Sosaki and asked her help about the situation. She was happy about it and together we went to the kindergarten ourselves. Now we're walking there and talking with the principal. After getting a sight at the students too, I was convinced that it would be fine. Then they introduced me her teacher. After a few minutes a teacher came. She had white hair with red parts on them. She had glasses and blue eyes. Hello sir, how can I help you? Hello Miss Himura, I would like you to introduce your new student. Himura. Really, is it this little angel? Izuku. Yes, she is. Her name is Eri. You can call her as Eri. It is fine. But before we take her to the classroom, I would like you to know a few things about her. Alright, let's talk. Then I talked about her situation. She seemed sad but understood. Of course sir, I can handle this. I am Fuyumi Himura by Hiwei. Pleased to meet you Mr. Izuku. Thank you, and Jin is fine. Eri, now come with us. We will introduce you to your new friends. Eri. Oh okay Papa. Izuku. Don't worry, Kota will be with you. Eri. Really? Izuku. Yes. Quote. Now we were waiting in front of the classroom. Before we entered, I hid 5 shadows in her shadow, specifically ordered them to guard her. Izuku. You 5 will protect her. But you will not engage if the harm is caused by students. But you will still report me. If a villain or a monster attacks, take it out immediately while trying not to be seen by others. If the teacher is a problem, also report it to him without engaging. Make sure to protect others as well while doing all that. The orcs simply nodded in my shadow and slowly moved in her shadow, waiting patiently. Although they are orcs, they no longer had that voice calling them to kill humans. So they should be fine. They are not that intelligent, but they are not fools either. And they are excellent fighters. 5 of them should be fine. I saw Eri getting introduced. Miss Himura simply introduced her as Eri. She was shy, but I wasn't feeling any malice from the kids. Maybe this was a good idea. I saw her walking towards Kota and they started to talk. Looks like I was worried for no reason, but I am still keeping the shadows there. Night time. Once again I was wandering around searching this Jiren. I found the address that Thug gave me. I used stealth to head inside while using Dominator's touch to open the doors from inside. So far it seemed fine, but no signs of him. But eventually I found the guy basically sitting on the couch sipping a cup of whiskey. I wasn't able to see his face, but I was able to see his hair and cigarette. Then I was right behind him and I deactivated my skill. Jiren. You know, I was expecting you sooner. Izuku. Really? How sooner exactly? Jiren. About a few weeks after you arrived to Japan. Quote. Izuku. And why do you think I am here? Jiren. It is obvious, a guy who single-handedly managed to pull off the New York incident is bound to have connections, like me. And I am the biggest info broker in Japan. You are bound to find me for information. Don't worry, I will give you one free, as a means of showing respect. After all, you managed to rally such a reputation in the world. Izuku. You are wise. Jiren. And what do you want to know about? Izuku. I am searching for a guy with multiple quirks. Jiren. Multiple quirks, huh? If you are talking about people with half and half quirks, you need to be more specific. Izuku. No, I am talking about a lot more quirks than that. At least 4 quirks. Jiren. In one body. Izuku. Yes. And not random quirks, quirks that work well with each other. I looked at him. He was silent. He then started to laugh. Jiren. Well, my friend. That is quite the information you are asking for free. Honestly, it is almost impossible to answer such a question. However, there used to be an old rumor in Japan. One that dated centuries ago. A man that can take and give quirks with no limit. Nobody knows his name, but everyone knows his power. All for one. I looked at him with somewhat wide eyes. Izuku. So do you think he did it? He is most likely dead, unless... I see. Where can I find him? Jiren. Honestly, I don't know. That is the biggest mystery for me. Izuku. I see. I take my leave then. I might come for you again for more information. What is the cost of it? Quote, Jiren. I charge differently depends on the seriousness. Izuku. I see. That is not a problem to me. But make sure you don't mess with me, or you will most likely know what will happen. Jiren. Don't worry, I am just a broker, I am not really a fighter. Izuku. Alright then. I left the place with more questions. So there is a guy who can do that. It is really powerful. All for one, huh? As I was thinking, I remembered a similar situation of someone given a quirk. Izumi did got a quirk from All Might, so maybe he knows about it. But is it wise to stalk him? I can beat him, but true question is, should I ask him directly or not? In the cold night I was in my stealth mode, sitting in on the balcony in front of the bedroom. Waiting, trying not to wake him up. Should I really ask him, or should I wait? I remember him having a time limit, bus it up. I can beat him, but that's not the problem. Problem is, if I have to resort to injuring him even more. And our fight shouldn't be a one-sided one. Yes, he is weaker, but he is still a national authority hero. Maybe the best. No, being the best hero isn't really about power. Andre might be stronger. I sighed and hid a soldier in his shadow. Izuku. I will do come here again. I only want to talk to you. But knowing you are a bit of a dense head, this may be difficult. I see you tomorrow, All Might. With the I left his mansion. It is smaller than I expected. Still a mansion, but much smaller compared to other ones I seen. Well, he is somewhat humble. That's a good thing. It is time to head back home. I will not let Eri stay alone much. So far there are no issues in the school. She and Kota are good friends, and she made a few more friends. Good for her. She is somewhat able to stay in crowd places. But a school is a safe zone of sorts. So I need to find a place more crowded with adults. And I also want her to have fun. How am I gonna do that? A mall. No, I took here there a couple times. I wasn't able to think, so I decided to rest. It was the time of the week. Next day. I woke up the next day and took Eri to daycare as usual. And I decided to do what I usually do. Their Miss Sosaki called me. Shino. Hi Jin-san, how are you doing? Izuku. I am good, Miss Sosaki, how are you? Shino. I am good. So I will get straight to the topic. Would you like to come to a concert with me? Izuku. Concert. Shino. Yes, a guy the first saved gave 2 tickets. Kids are free. I think this was for charity. Izuku. I see. Yeah. Are we allowed to bring kids? Quote, Shino. Yes, we are. As long as they are under 10. Izuku. Good, I will bring Eri. Shino. And I will bring Kota. Izuku. Alright, we are down. Shino. Good, I see you in tomorrow. Izuku. Okay, I see you later. I closed the phone. A concert, huh? Eri could learn how to be calm in one, and she will most likely enjoy it. Shino's POW. I got happy and exited that he was coming. Tomoko. Would you look at that? The calm and the collective leader of the Pussycats is acting like a child. Just who is this Jin? Shino. That's, he is just a friend. Ryoko. Sure, whatever you say, have fun in your date. Shino. It is not a date. Quote, Tiger. Then why are you so exited? Shino. Is it just a friendly meeting? Between 2 parents. And we are also bringing the kids. Ryoko. You said he has a daughter. Shino. So, Tomoko. You have Kota here. Ryoko. Oh gosh, it is a double date. Shino. Ryoko. Tiger. Ha 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 ha, God, haven't laughed like that in years. I pouted and left the room. Izuku's paw. Tomorrow, huh? I have time. I guess it is fine. It would be rude to refuse. Or not show up. We are going then. Then for tonight I need to finish yesterday's deal then. I continued walking around and scouting. Marking everywhere that I feel magic. That way, if a portal appears there I will be able to take it out quicker. Then I sat down to a park and started to sense my shadow. He is still in All Might's shadow. And looks like he did do some hero work today. About for an hour. From the location of the shadow I am sensing, now he was in the beach training Katsumi and Izumi. Good for them. I wonder if those 2 can clean it. They were fit the last time I saw them, but they will still have a hard time cleaning that place. Night time. It was now the time. All Might ran out of juice for the day and he went to sleep early. I was once again sitting in front of his balcony. but this time I used Dominator's touch to open the window and got in. Izuku. Toshinori Yagi. He immediately woke up and turned his face to me. The then took a defensive position ready to buff up, but he wouldn't be able to without hurting himself. Izuku. Relax, I am not an enemy. All Might. And why should I believe you? Izuku. If I wanted to kill you, I would have done it in your sleep. And nobody would be able to find your corpse. Besides, you are out of stamina right now, so you won't be able to become All Might even if you were to try. He looked at me shocked and somewhat scared. All Might. How do you? Who are you? Izuku. I have my ways of knowing things. As for who I am Reaper. Now he was completely shocked. All Might. Why are you here? If you are not here to kill me. Izuku. No, I only want information. Quote, All Might. What made you think I know the information you need? From what I see about your powers, you can always sneak into the Hero Association HQ. Izuku. Yes, but I don't think they know this like you. And don't worry, I am not a threat. If I were, you would be dead long ago. All Might. So be it, what do you want to know? Izuku. What do you know about All for One? He froze the moment I mentioned him. All Might. Where did you heard that name? Izuku. Some time ago, I encountered a villain with multiple quirks. Not like a half and half quirk, but even more than that. At least 4 quirks, each being perfectly compatible with one another. Unless you actually born with such luck, I don't see people having that many quirks that are making each other stronger. After some investigation, I heard about the name All for One and I heard that he was strong. So I came to ask you. All Might. What made you think I know him? Izuku. You, Toshinori Yagi, pro hero All Might. One of the 6 national authority heroes in the world. How many villains can give you the injuries you have right now? He looked down. After some moments he sighed. All Might. Figures, you knew who I was, so it is only natural that you know my secret injury. Yes, it was All for One and he gave me my injuries, but I killed him. Izuku. Are you certain about it? All Might. I smashed his head with my full power. He seemed dead. I think. Izuku. You didn't check, did you? All Might. I was too injured and in the brink of death too. Quote, Izuku. Good point. But if he is dead, then how do you explain this guy? All Might. I don't know, maybe an ally of him returning. Izuku. No, I believe you failed. All Might. What makes you say that? Izuku. Because when I encountered this villain, it was in daylight. And he was asking some random civilians a location of a hero agency, and he also was saying something like, anything for the master. Tell me, why would a guy that seemed as powerful as that villain work for someone? He looked at me frozen and shaking. He then gritted his teeth and punched the wall in frustration. Light. Damn it. If he is really back, then we are in serious trouble. I don't believe I can't beat him one more time, especially in my current state. Izuku. What is his quirk exactly? I know some internet stories, but I want to hear it from the guy that defeated him. All Might. His power allows him take and give quirks. He can take away your quirk by touching you and either keep it for himself or give it to someone else. Izuku. I see. That explains the multi-quirk users. How many quirk do you think he has? All Might. There is no upper limit to how many he can hold in his own body, so in theory, I say all types of quirks. But giving it to others is a different thing. Izuku. Yes, because humans haven't evolved to the point that I can hold multiple quirks. That's why being quirkless is still a thing. All Might. Yes. Whoever you encountered, have you killed him? I know you track record Reaper. Izuku. Unfortunately I didn't. I could have, but knowing his quirks, our fight would bring unnecessary attention, and even more destruction, and it was a rather public area, so it didn't worth the collateral damage. Quote, All Might looked at me dead in the eye. All Might. You are not as brutal as I heard in rumors, Reaper. Exactly what is your goal? Izuku. It is complicated. But you could say that I am investigating something. Something that could change the world forever. Better or worse, it is a matter of how successful I get. There is only one thing I will tell you about it, it is the reason why I become Reaper. Quote, All Might. Izuku. A few more things. All for One seems to be really old. Exactly how old is he? All Might. I don't know for sure. He is around for centuries. A power like his has endless possibilities. I think somewhere on the line he found a quirk that halts aging. Izuku. That makes sense. In this world, you are bound to find a power like that if you search long enough. That is all I wanted to know. I am leaving. You need to take a good sleep, old man. All Might. I will, only one thing. Whose side are you on? Izuku. I am on the side of humanity and the side of good. Don't worry. I am a killer, a monster. But I am not heartless enough to kill anyone blindly. Now I take my leave. This was a good conversation. And I will not tell your secret to anyone. Even from a completely tactical standpoint, I gain nothing from revealing it to others. All Might. So be it, but I will still try to arrest you, Reaper. Izuku. I will wait for it, All Might. But don't expect me to hold back either. And we both know that I can beat you. Is that wrong? He just stared at me. Then I just left the place. Next day, I dressed some casual clothes and a hoodie with a mask. Eri wore her favorite clothes. Then we head out for the concert location. It was a stadium, and it was quite crowded. We were waiting in front of the gate for the others. I was carrying Eri on my arms the whole time while she looked around curiously. She was still a bit nervous, but ever since the school, she is better. So I am glad. After this, I will most likely take her to South Korea to introduce her to the rest of the family. But staying there may not be a thing since gates are more frequent in Japan. Shino. Hey Jin-san. I turned my head to see Sosaki. She was also dressed similarly to the first time I saw her. And Kota was just wearing shorts and a t-shirt. Izuku. Hello Sosaki. Shino. Hi, glad you could make it. Izuku. This is a big event. Shino. Kind of. I wasn't expecting it to be this big. Quote. Izuku. What was it for again? Shino. Oh, Yaoyorozu company is doing this for a charity. Quote. Izuku. I see. And they got allied with a music group. The same group said that they will be introducing new members. Izuku. I see. Good for them, I guess. Let's go inside. Shino. Sure. We head inside and we were in the middle of the crowd. Eri was uncomfortable, but I reassured her. Then the concert started with a group of people coming out. There I saw two girls around my age. One had purple hair with heartbeat-like line. She was wearing a black top with long sleeves and open shoulders, a short blue skirt, and black shoes. But her most important feature was her quirk. Earlobes were coming out of her ears. She seemed embarrassed to be there since she was a blushing mess. And there was another girl. She had light brown hair on the same length as her shoulders, orange eyes, and a black dress. She had a bit makeup that made her face more bright, but it still looked quite natural. There were also two adults who looked like the purple-haired girl, most likely her parents. Hello, welcome everybody to tonight's show. We have some new members to join us in this show. This is their first time, so show them some love. Crowd cheered. I took Eri up my shoulder. Mandalay wanted to do that to Kota, but I was way taller than her, so I grabbed him and lifted him up as well instead of her. As the music started, it became really colorful in a moment. The purple-haired girl really had good singing voice. It really affected Eri, in a good way. She was looking at her in awe. The song was mesmerizing for her. Kota was also enjoying it. He was swinging his arms around. Eventually Eri bursted with happiness. She was blushing and smiling ear to ear. Looking at her made me happy. Has she finally got over her fear? Fear that all people are like that piece of shit. Whatever this new feeling is for her, I am glad. I saw Sosaki looking at me happy. They sang a couple songs while the light brown-haired girl was making illusions to illuminate the place. She was able to do all kinds of illusions. She is skilled indeed. After some songs the man talk. Give me a yeaaaah. Crowd. Yeaaaah. Now we will be taking a 20 minutes break. And we will be back with you with full speed. Crowd. Yeaaaah. The crowd left. We were just hanging there. Eating some snacks and drinking. Kids were drinking milk while me and Sosaki were drinking water. Shino. Honestly, I was surprised when you told me you were younger than me. Quote. Izuku. Yes, I look way older than I am. Sometimes it is useful, sometimes it is a hassle. Shino. But I am kinda jealous, you know. Quote. Izuku. Really, you don't look that old. Besides, you are in your early to mid-20s, are you not? Shino. Yes, but still. Our conversation cut short after I saw Eri tugging my shirt. Pointing a candy apple, I chuckled and grabbed two. One for her and one for Kota. Both kids loved it and they dig in like no tomorrow. Then their stomach got full too quick and the kids took a nap on our laps. Shino. Kota really likes you. Izuku. I guess. Shino. No, he really does. Quote, Izuku. That's good, I guess. I have a question about him. I said this rather seriously. This caused her to toughen up a bit. Izuku. Who was it? Shino. Huh, Izuku. Who was it, the one that killed his parents? Shino. His name is Muscular. He is a top villain in Japan that is rumored to have power rivaling All Might in strength. He killed many pro-heroes and even more civilians purely out of cold blood or even to satisfy his bloodlust. Izuku. I see, dangerous indeed. I can already guess how it is affecting him. But what about you? How is it affecting you? Shino. Honestly, I am a pro-hero myself. I know that death is an occupational hazard in this job. But it still hurts me too. We are still human and I can't help but to feel angry and sad about it. Sad that I lost my cousin, and angry that we weren't able to bring that monster to justice. Izuku. Do you ever feel that you just want to do it yourself? Shino. As much as I do, I know I can't. I am a hero, but I am rescue hero. Yes, I fight villains time and time again, but I have limits. For instance, my quirk is called telepath. It allows me to send one-way messages to people, but that's it. Honestly, physically I can still fight somewhat, but not against people like him. Quote, Izuku. There is no point if engaging a fight that will get you killed. Shino. Yes, and even if I were to fight him, not only I know that I lose, but what would happen to Kota? I am all he has left now and I cannot lose him either. I care about him too much to risk my life for such a pointless thing like revenge. Quote, Izuku. Yes. Even if you were to win by some miracle, there is nothing to really gain in that fight for you. I admire that. To be honest, this world is running out of people like you. She blushed from that. Shino. Thanks. Well, nothing to worry about it now, I guess. Hey, after the show, wanna get autographs for the kids? Izuku. Sure. They will love it. After 20 minutes break we went back in. Then the concert continued with full speed. After a few more songs, the guy made an announcement. Alright, our dear audience, tonight we have a special announcement. Those WHO has this golden mark on their tickets, will be allowed to visit US after the show. It will happen after the autographs. One, so you don't need to rush. 'Cause we are staying here. I looked at Sosaki and showed the gold mark. She smiled and showed hers. Izuku. Looks like the kids can meet them. Shino. Nice, it will be fun for them. After the concert and a long autograph session, we head inside where they were. There we meet a guy with blonde hair, a middle-aged woman with the similar quirk as the purple-haired girl, must be her mother, and a girl with spiky black hair and black eyes. She and the purple-haired girl were really talkative. She was also wearing a white sleeves shirt, a small necklace, a dark blue coat, and an even darker blue tight mini skirt. Oh, hello. I presume you have the golden tickets. Izuku. Yes, we have. We showed our tickets and the smiled. Quote, Welcome, I am Kyotoku Jiro. This is my wife Mika, and our daughter Kyoka. I looked at them and shake his hand. Izuku. Pleasure to meet you. I am Sung Jin Woo, you can call me Jin. Kyotoku. Okay, Mr. Jin, that is a weird name, no offense. Izuku. No, it is fine. I am Japanese but I grow up in Korea, so it is only natural that I have a Korean name. This is my daughter Eri. I pointed at her. She was looking at the three girls. Eri. You are pretty. The girls blushed and smiled. Aw, thanks sweetie. I am Kyoka. This is my best friend Momo, and that is Kami, our new girl. She said that with a blush. Kami Yutsusumi, it is totes lit to meet ya. Eri. You voice was amazing, and everything was calm at first, then it a sudden bomb, and everything went whoa. We chucked at her rumbling and jumping around. Kota was more silent. Izuku. Kota, why don't you say something too? Kota. Oh, hi. Izuku. Are you shying away? Kota. It was good. Shino. Ha 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 ha, he is shy all of a sudden. Kyotoku. Yes, and you are. Shino. I am Shino Sosaki, nice to meet you. Kyotoku. Me too. Izuku. And you are also someone with a gold ticket, Ms. Momo. Momo. It is Momo Yaoyorozu. And no, my family was basically sponsoring the event, so I am here. Also to give Kyoka support. Mika. Her first time singing. Izuku. Really, you have good singing voice, you should pursue it. Kyoka. Thanks, but I want to be a hero. Momo. Well, we are applying to UA. Kami got to Shikatsu, but it is fine. She can transfer from there to UA with good grades. Kami. Momo even got recommendations. It is totes lit for her. I used my vision to see their quirks. So far that ability inst really powerful, but it still gave me a basic understanding of their quirk. For Jiro, it is earphone jack, she can create vibrations with them. It is basically a sound quirk. Kami has a illusions quirk, pretty basic. And the Momo girl has a quirk called creation, quite powerful. Izuku. I see. Good for you all. What do you say, Sosaki? Then we heard the door opening again. There I saw two girls, one is around my age and the other is around Eri and Kota's age. They both have long green hair, a rather blank impression. Eri. Satsuki-chan. Satsuki. Eri-chan. Kota-chan, you are also here. Izuku. Is she a friend from school? Eri. Yes, Papa. Satsuki. Is that your Papa, Eri-chan? Eri. Yes, he is my Papa. Satsuki, let's greet them properly. Satsuki. Okay, big sis. Shino. So you are his sister. Yes, I am Suyu Asui. Nice to meet you, all of you. Everyone greeted each other and we were talking. Eventually things went back to being heroes. Kota didn't like the conversation. Kyoka. What do you do for a living, Miss Sosaki? Shino. Oh, I am a pro hero actually. Kami. Really, that's so lit. Mika. What about you, Mr. Jin? Izuku. I work in Korea, I was here for. Before I was able to say anything, we heard a loud boom, then it followed with the door being crushed. Miss Sosaki instantly took a stance and I grabbed everyone out of there. Standing there we saw a group of villains. They seemed like thugs and upon closer look I noticed that they are quite low tier. Shino. Everyone stay back, I will handle this. She then charged at them. She was really agile and she was able to take them down. She is doing fairly well. And the guys have no idea how to fight apparently, so they were going down fast. There were only 4 guys. Satsuki. That's so cool. Shino. Thanks, but we can't stop now, we don't know how many villains are here. Quote. On cue another villain appeared. This one had a minor gigantification quirk, but he was still around 15 feet tall. Shino. Snap, this guy is big, but I gotta divert his Aden. Eep. I pulled her back. She looked at me confused and worried. Shino. Jin-san, what are you doing? You need to stay back. Izuku. Sosaki, give me permission to fight. Shino. What? Izuku. Just do it. Shino. But he can. Right at that moment he swung at me. I simply grabbed his forearm and squeezed it, causing it to break. He screamed in pain. Izuku. Looking at you brings some unpleasant memories. I then put my hand next to his abdomen. In a blink of an eye I sent a shockwave with my hand only. It was devastating enough to knock him senseless. I turned back at the people who were looking at me in awe and shock. Izuku. Like she said, we don't know who many are there. So I am gonna scout. You stay here. They were silent. Izuku. What? Then I saw one of the guys trying to go for Momo. I grabbed him from the neck and pulled him closer to me. Thug. How did you? Izuku. I knew you were awake, but that's a good thing. You will tell me, who are you? Why are you here and how many of you are here? Thug. And what if I don't want to? Izuku. You will want to. Thug. And why is that? Izuku. Because. I leaned closer to him. I activated my bloodlust. His vision got darker, seeing only my eyes. He was now scared shitless as most always be. Then I leaned in to whisper to his ears. Izuku. I am Reaper. I deactivated my ability and dropped him to the ground. Now shaking, he started to sing like a bird. Thug. There are 17 of us including us. We were here for kidnapping the heir of the Yaoyorozu family and grabbed some cash while doing so. That makes 12 there. Easy enough. I will take care of it. Eri. Papa. I looked at Eri, who was crying. Izuku. Don't worry, Snowball, I will be back in a minute, I promise. I looked at her and removed my mask, revealing my smile. Eri. Okay, Papa, be careful. Izuku. I got this. Then I left to deal with these assholes who ruined her fun. Third Pav. The group were looking at him in awe, and some were confused on what just happened. Suyu. Miss Sosaki, what is his quirk? Shino. Honestly, I have no idea. He is a bit secretive. Bot one girl was completely shocked and almost terrified. Momo. Are you okay, Kyoka? Kyoka. I am okay, I am just shocked and all. I was able to hear his whisper since my quirk is better than mom's. He is the Reaper. Should I tell this to someone? No, he doesn't seem bad. But he has that reputation. Not, I can't say. If half of the things about him and his achievements are true, I cannot say anything. Blush. He was kinda hot though. Kami. Yeah, he was. Momo. He is cute, I guess. Mika. Are you two a couple, Miss Sosaki? Shino. No, we are not. Before they could continue this conversation, Izuku returned, much to their surprise. Izuku. I am done. Already. Shino. Jin-san, be honest, what is your job exactly? Izuku. I work for the Korean Hero Association. What I do for them is classified. Quote. Shino. And your quirk? Izuku. That is a long story, sorry for that. Sosaki-san, can you take the credit? Shino. Why? You practically took out everyone. Quote. Izuku. 2 reasons. First, I don't like the spotlight, or anything to do with it. Second, I am not really an official hero in Japan, so I wouldn't be able to do anything without your permission. So this credit goes to you. Besides ignoring the big guy, the rest were just street thugs, nothing you wouldn't be able to handle. Shino. Okay, I will. Izuku. Thank you. Now let's get everyone home, this is becoming a long night. Kyoka. Okay, but before you go. Jiro gave Izuku her phone number. The rest of TH girls also did the same following her example. Izuku was surprised but also did the same. What a drag this become. Shino. Hello, this is Warden Amnesia. Is this Pro Hero Mandalay? Shino. Yes, it is. How can I help you? Warden. Were you the one that arrested these villains recently? Ones that attacked the concert? Shino. Yes, why? Warden. Well, Izuku's pav. Eri finally become a normal girl. Even after the concert incident. She is happy to be with me, and at this point I can take her to Korea to introduce her to the rest of the family. But for now I need to make sure things will not get problematic here. But while in my thoughts I got a call from Sosaki. Izuku. Hello Sosaki, how are you? Shino. Izuku. Sosaki. Shino. Izuku. Are you okay? Shino. Jin-san. Izuku. Something happened. Shino. Can you tell me exactly what did you do? Izuku. Shino. Remember the villains you took down last week? Izuku. Flashback. I looked at the villains while I was in my stealth mode. These guys were really petty looking and weak. One of them was holding a hostage. I used telekinesis to grab the person, and then I grabbed the guy and vanished. Then one by one, I grabbed the other guys and dropped to a remote area of the building. Izuku. You guys are really fucked up, you know. What the? Who are you? I activated my bloodlust with full power and looked at them straight up. Izuku. You are going to sit here. When the police comes you will tell them everything, from who hired you, to the most embarrassing moment of your life. Or I am going to hunt you down and kill you wherever you are in, doesn't matter if you are in prison, other countries or even planets, there is no escape from me. I will forever haunt you in your shadows. Quote. Izuku. I take it as you get the memo. While talking I put a shadow in them. Izuku. You have 3 days. Flashback ends. Izuku. Yes. Shino. Well, apparently they are all dead. With only one of them surviving. And he looks like he lost all sense. Izuku. What do you mean? And how did they died? Shino. We don't know, they were found dead in the cells. Quote. Is that the shadow moment I sensed? Shino. And the last guy was basically rumbling everything. From the night's plan to how he was wetting his bed till 14. Izuku. Oh, Shino. And after that they said that he started to mumble and repeat. They are watching me, he is watching me. Quote. Izuku. He was able to notice the shadows. Impressive. I see. Shino. So was it you? Izuku. No, I just scared them. Maybe it is the guy they were working for. His quirk perhaps. Shino. Yeah, maybe. According to the police, he did talk about his boss being mysterious and all. Izuku. I see. Could be him then. Shino. Maybe. Alright then. What are you up to lately? Izuku. Well, I am planning on taking her back to Korea and I already got the tickets. In 2 weeks I will be taking her there to meet the family. Shino. Good for her. I am sure she is exited. Izuku. Yeah, she is. Anyways, I call you later, see you. Shino. See you. I closed the phone and continued what I was doing. Now I was in front of this gate, B rank but still can cause trouble. At least I may get new shadows from this. Most likely infantry grade, but they can be upgraded later. I entered the gate and it instantly transformed into a red gate. Well, great. At least this won't take too much time. Once I spawned in the area I noticed it was a forest world. I wonder what am I gonna fight? After that I heard steps. But there were a lot of steps. More I listened, more I realized that they were more like stomps when I looked at them. A bunch of centaurs. Nice. Eri likes ponies. And looks like they specialize on movement. Most of them were holding spears. Mostly the lean-looking ones. One that were bulky had axes and maces. Right in front of me were about 8 of them. But there should be more. When they saw me they charged at me, causing me to summon my shadows. As all of them appeared eager as an iron took them out like nothing. I looked at their corpses. They should be about 15 feet tall while standing up. And the horse part was also around the same. Quite big. I wonder if my long-range fighters like archers and mages can ride them while shooting. Would be useful. I decided to turn them into shadows. Mid-end infantry grade. Around the level 18. Not bad. As I moved around the forest I had to fight more creatures. But they were fairly weak. Looks like the centaurs are the only big group in the region. I saw about 20 more centaurs waiting in front of what seems to be a camp. Before I was going to kill it, their leader popped up. He was twice the size and it had a helmet with 2 horns. Also carrying an axe. You human, were you the one that slaughtered our brothers? If I was, what difference would it make? You are going to attack me anyways, right? Yes, we will. You are trespassing our land. And here we go then. Deal with them. I send my shadows to deal with the monsters. The main centaur screamed at us and sent a sound wave at our direction. Interesting skill. But not enough. Eagers and Iron focused on the weaklings while Tusk destroyed the boss. Many of my shadows, led by Tank and Lieutenant High Orcs, were clearing the forest from monsters. After a few hours I saw my army emerging from the trees, and bringing me some corpses. Not much, but most likely these are the strong ones. I turned them into shadows. Along with the centaurs. The leader of the centaurs was a higher-end elite while the rest were mid to higher-end infantry. Its level was higher than when I had Tank. And I also received a new item. Alarm. Item received. Item. Horn of the Invader. Item rank. A. Effect. Allied units that hear it receive plus 10% stat boost for 10 minutes. Izuku. Not bad. This was a good harvest, I guess. Time to head back. They all bowed before me and entered my shadow. As I head out of the closing gate, I sensed danger. As I docked down I saw a decent amount of fire and carnage. In the middle a low-end monster was fighting a pro-heroes. Was there another gate around? A smaller one. Perhaps the big one masked the presence of the small gate. I instantly used telekinesis to take it down. It was a low-tier golem monster. D-rank dungeon boss at best. As more I looked and saw a bunch of more golems laying around. I was right, this was a low-end gate. Nothing the pro-heroes cannot handle. Who are you? I turned around to see a woman with purple spiky hair which was all the way to her waist. She wearing rather sexual dominatrix outfit and was carrying a whip. Although not really revealing any skin, thanks to the skin-tight dominatrix it didn't need to. She also seemed around the same age as Sosaki. Izuku. Oh hello. Don't move. Izuku. Alright, who are you? I saw you take that thing out just by moving your hands. Izuku. A hero. You don't look like a hero, not one that I know. Izuku. Defy the word hero please miss. Because these days that word means too many different things really. Can you show some ID please? And if you have a quirk license. If not, I am really sorry but you come with us to the police station. Izuku. Sorry but, I can't. I need to be somewhere else. Then I am sorry T. I was able to see her quirk, somnambulist. She wants to put me to sleep. It won't work but I am not gonna let her know that. So I moved next to her and grabbed that hand. Izuku. Sorry miss, but I can't let you do that. She didn't move, she was just standing still with sweats on her face. But then I felt an attack coming to both of us. I grabbed her and moved out of the way. Then a rather big wave of fire hit the spot that we used to be and completely melted it down. I looked to see a tall bulky man with red hair and blue eyes. He was wearing a blue and red suit, it was mostly blue, and he was also lighting his hair and facial hair on fire. Izuku. And who do you happen to be? You don't know who am I. Izuku. Honestly, the only pro hero in Japan that I know is All Might. This comment really pissed him off even more and he sent me another fire blast. Again the other pro was next to me. But he didn't care out of rage. Yeah, too much fire. But I got annoyed. This is the second time this man put his fellow hero in danger to attack me. Pathetic really. Izuku. You are aware that a fellow pro of yours was next to me, right? What were you going to do if that were to hit her? Quote. He stood there for a moment. I let the heroine go and looked at him. He saw her leave and prepared to charge at me again. But I used sprint to appear right next to him and grabbed his arm. Izuku. Don't even try. Squeezing it a bit more and I broke his forearm. He screamed in pain and looked at me sweating. He didn't have enough bloodlust towards me for system to react, so I saw no point on killing him here. Izuku. I don't have time for this, I am leaving. You, Izuku. You are the Reaper, aren't you? Izuku. About time you would figure it out. The heroine looked at me in shock. I will take you down for justice. He charged at me again. This time I got annoyed and used bloodlust on him. He stopped in his tracks and looked at me sweating. Izuku. You know, if you weren't attacked your comrade twice today, I would believe that. But right now I am questioning, what kind of hero are you? Give me a reason why should I let you live. He just stood there in silence. Then I heard helicopters arriving. In order to not attract more attention I left. Third POV. The pro heroes that were there were absolutely horrified and shocked. The man was more shocked than the woman. Just how fast is he? And he broke my arm like that. He is strong. Damn it, he is really living up to his reputation. He is dangerous. He saved me twice. Despite his reputation he still took his time to save me twice when he didn't need to. Maybe he isn't as heartless as some people think he is. Izuku's POV. Well, that was something. But I gotta head back home now and pack things up for Korea. Eri is still sleeping soundly, but in a few hours she will wake up, and I should rearrange my stats for now. How many I got lately? 300 more. I am not even sure myself anymore. But the overall size of my army increased a lot. I wonder if I will have a 1000 shadows by the next year. When I arrived at home, Eri was sleeping soundly. I just proceeded to prepare her clothes and made breakfast for both each of us. After a few hours I heard Eri coming to the kitchen. Izuku. Oh, you are awake. She yawned like a cat. And rubbed her eyes. Eri. Hi Papa. Izuku. Sleep well. Eri. Yes I did. Izuku. Good, now let's eat and I will take you to somewhere rather far to meet our family. Eri. Really? Izuku. Yes. At lunchtime we will go and visit them. They live far so it will take some time but it will be fine. Eri. Okay Papa. Izuku. Now just eat your breakfast and we will leave. Eri. Okay. As she was eating her breakfast I was watching the news. It started to mention the last night's incident. Talking about me injuring the fire hero, but they skipped the part where he endangered his fellow comrade. Typical media. I hate them sometimes. But sometimes they are not to blame either. And at some point they started to insult me. I cannot possibly give a single shit, still I couldn't think about how pathetic this is. Then out of nowhere my shadows started to react to this along with Eri. Eri. Asterisk pouting, hey stop saying mean things about Papa. He is the best hero. Izuku. Eri, they cannot hear you. And don't worry. I don't care what they say. Eri. But Papa, is it really okay for these meanies to say those to you? Izuku. Snowball, in this world there will always be people who will say mean things about you. And if you react to it, it will only make you fall into their hands. I simply ignore all they say. It is especially a must if you are a hero. I patted her head. Then I turned my face to the shadows, new ones at least. Izuku. You too. Make no mistake, if I was a guy that cannot take an insult, I would never reach where I am now. Only a toothless puppy barks like that. I am not the guy that kills every puppy that barks. The shadows nodded and returned back to my shadow. Izuku. Now let's get ready for the plane. As we went to the airport, I passed the entrance only to meet my 3 agents. One of them being someone I know too well. His brown hair and black eyes were still the same and he had his usual suit. Woo Jin Chul. You have grown. Quote, Izuku. My what brings the number 7 hero of Korea all what way here? Woo Jin Chul. I am here to pick you up Jin Woo. Izuku. Long time no see too. Woo Jin Chul. Yes it has been long indeed. Izuku. Thanks. He looked at Eri. Then chuckled. Woo Jin Chul. I see you did the same thing chairman did to you all those years ago. Izuku. Yes. History repeats itself. Now let's go, I am sure the rest are getting impatient. Woo Jin Chul. Oh, the chairman certainly is getting impatient. I don't know the rest though. Izuku. Let's go. Eri, come with me. Eri. What were you talking about, Papa? Izuku. Oh. That wasn't Japanese snowball. Eri. It wasn't. Izuku. No, it was Korean. Eri. Korean. Izuku. Another language. Like English, I am sure that talk about it in school time and time again. Eri. They mention it. Izuku. Yeah, this is like that. Don't worry, everyone that I know can speak Japanese, so you would get isolated. With that I grabbed her hand and boarded the plane. I can technically do this myself but not with Eri. And I just glad that old man managed to land a hand. We were now sitting in the plane, waiting for our departure. Woo Jin Chul. So how is being a parent works for you? Izuku. It is fine. She is a quiet girl with manners. Really shy but she got over it. Woo Jin Chul. How did you meet her? Izuku. I was patrolling outside for gates. Then I noticed a villain chasing her. I got closer to them and listened what he was saying to her. Woo Jin Chul. What did he said about her? Izuku. Enough to make me enjoy gutting him like a pig. Woo Jin Chul. I see. Quote, Izuku. I didn't know what he was doing to her but I know it left scars. Both physically and mentally. Mental scars are mostly healed. She just doesn't like needles, so it will be tricky to vaccinate her. Woo Jin Chul. I see. Such a young age, good thing you found her. Izuku. Yes. And now she is my daughter. Quote, Woo Jin Chul. Good story. I hope she will grow up to be a normal girl, unlike you. Izuku. Yeah, even I don't want that to happen. And don't worry, she is not me. Woo Jin Chul. Make sure you don't rub on her then. Izuku. I won't. Then I felt the plane moving and we flew to Korea. We were in the air and Eri was looking outside in awe. Eri. Star eyes, it is so high. Izuku. Yes it is. What do you see? Eri. Everything is blue. We are over the clouds. Izuku. Yes we are. What do they look like from up here? Eri. They look pretty. Like a lair. Izuku. I see. I hugged her and looked at everything, she was pointing at me. The plane ride wasn't long but Eri enjoyed every bit of it. When we landed we were escorted by a group of agents straight to the Korean Hero Association building. The limo we were in was fine but I could have just walked by myself. I saw Eri looking around in awe. She was trying to read some of the words but she was failing. Eri. Papa, what are those words? Izuku. They are Korean. I haven't taught you those words yet but we will get there eventually. Eri. Okay Papa. Chul. Missed this place. Izuku. I certainly did. Good to be home. We arrived to the association HQ. As usual, this place was full with guards. When we entered, I went straight to the chairman's office. Knock knock. Come in. We entered and I removed my mask from my face. I had my smile. And old man, he was right in front of me. He looked at me and smiled. Looks like you haven't changed at all. Izuku. From outside looking. You know what I mean. I chuckled. Izuku. Good to see you, old man. Go gun. Good to see you too, kid. Speaking of children, where is she? Izuku. Right behind my leg, hiding. Go gun. Why? Izuku. Maybe the room is a bit overwhelming for a child. Go gun. Maybe. Japanese. Hello child, I am Gu Gun Hee, former #1 hero of Korea. Eri peeped her head from my leg and looked at the old man. Then I picked her up and put them to the same eye level. Izuku. He is a good man, Eri. Remember the day I found you? She got saddened by it but then smiled. Eri. You saved me, Papa. Izuku. Yes. Just like how I saved you from those monsters and the bad man, this old man saved me the same way. He took me in, he helped me, feed me, taught me Korean, and thanks to her I meet my stepmom and stepsister. She got surprised and looked at the him. Eri. Are you Papa's Papa? We both chuckled from that statement. Go Gun-hee. More like Papa's grandpa, little girl. Papa's Papa was someone else. Eri. Okay, Izuku. Now give him a hug, Eri. Eri was still looking at him in awe. She then lashed her arms for a hug, which old man he gladly took. Eri felt his huge yet gentle arms and felt the genuine hug. She then smiled. Go Gun-hee. It is finally good to meet you, kid. You can call me Grandpa he. Eri. Okay, Grandpa he. Old man almost blushed seeing her smile. And even the Chul did. Izuku. Cute, isn't she? Chul. Sure is. Izuku. Now let's take her to Mom's house. Chul and he didn't follow us due to their jobs. Can't blame them. As I arrived home I was instantly visited by Mom. Her long black hair was still the same and she had a bright smile on her face. Kyung-hai. Welcome back, Jin-woo. Izuku. Good to be back, Mom. Mom. And is that? Izuku. Yes. This is you, grand dogther. Eri. The squeal, she was taking me back. Izuku. Now let's not get too exited, Mom. Mom. Sorry, I couldn't hold it. It is not every day your son comes home with their new daughter, is it? Izuku. Fair point, Mom. Now let's get inside. I cooked soft tofu stew with cream cheese garlic bread. Izuku. Oh, Eri will like it. And inside we should speak Japanese since Eri can't speak Korean yet. Mom. Okay, son. You have fun. You know the place already. Quote, Izuku. I hope she didn't made a big mess in my room. Mom. Sorry to ruin your hopes, but she did that too many times. All those sleepovers with other girls, yada yada yada. Izuku. She is a pain in my butt. Mom. But she still misses you, you know. Izuku. When she will be home? Mom. In an hour. Song-yi is also coming. Izuku. Good for her. I wonder how are they doing since the snow incident. Mom. Yeah, they kinda admire you since that day. Even after the stunt you pulled in New York, they are your fans. Izuku. You know why I did that, right? Mom. Yes, son. Don't worry, in my eyes, you will never be a monster. You are still the sweet boy that wanted to take care of all of us. Izuku. Thank you, Mom. Mom. Oh, and if you go inside Jin-a's room you will find your merchandise. Quote, Izuku. My what, Mom? People on internet are making toys about you. Mostly your fans. Well, they are all a black mist with a hoodie and a mask, but there are some surprising details. And you may not realize, but you are a lot more popular than you think. Izuku. Even so, I am not doing for that. The fight I am having is something I cannot let any bystanders get involved with. Those monsters will just butcher anything in their sight. Mom. You are too humble for your own good. Izuku. Maybe. We heard Eri's stomach growling. She kinda blushed, but we just smiled and prepared her meal early. Quote, Mom. I know she can't speak Korean yet. But do you want her to stay here or are you taking her back to Japan? Then I started to talk Korean with Mom. Izuku. We are going back to Japan. First, she does have friends there, and if I take that away from her it will be bad for her mental health. Mom. Noticing the importance of the situation, she also started to talk Korean. You said that you saved her from a villain. Exactly what did he do to her? Izuku. I don't know the details. But all I know was how he was referring to her. Basically as an object or a monster. After hearing it, I killed him right then and there and I don't feel bad in the least. If you give her a bath, you will see the scars on her arms and legs. Quote, Mom. How many? Izuku. Too many for her age. Mom. Was it as bad as when you were little? Izuku. Kinda. Quote, Mom. I see. But she will be safe, right? Those villains didn't stop coming after you in the end. Izuku. Don't worry, Mom. I made sure of it. I am friends with a pro hero and I have assigned 5 shadows as a guard. And ordered them to kill any villain in sight, discreetly, but it will be done. Mom. What about pro heroes? They will still come after you. Quote, Izuku. I know. I am expecting them to figure my identity soon. But I am ready for it. And if anything goes wrong, I need you to be guardian of her. Can you do that? Mom. Of course, son. I will raise her, just like I raised you and bnha. Izuku. And honestly, bnha will love her, and she can teach a lot of things to Eri. Mom. How so? Izuku. Eri's quirk is called Rewind. She can rewind any human to their previous state. A quirk that can almost reverse time. In her peak she is most likely the greatest rescue hero or the greatest healer in the world. She gasped. Mom. Such a blessed child. Izuku. Yes. But I believe that is why she was abused by that villain to begin with. He called this power a curse and she was a monster. She was only useful in his hands. What kind of monster would do that to her? Izuku. Don't worry, Mom. I killed him already. And if he has lackeys, they will die too. Mom. You just do you, son. I trust your sense of justice. You are just like your adopted father, willing to help anyone at any moment. Quote. She then giggled. Mom. Knowing the similarities, I sometimes wonder if you were a secret child or something. Izuku. Ha ha ha, Mom. Mom. And the other reason why you go back to Japan is? Izuku. Well, the gates are surprisingly more frequent there. So far, in every country I visited there hasn't been this many higher-end gates. Even though those gates are low-ranking, nothing the local forces cannot deal with. Mom. I see. Do you think there is something about Japan that causes this? Izuku. I have no idea. But I will find in the future. Mom. Okay. And have you contacted with your birth family yet? Izuku. Well, mother, only one I know is my sister. By birth mother is dead, and I have no idea or memory about my father, and she is in good hands. Mom. But have you talked to her directly? Izuku. I don't think she will believe me. How would you react if Reaper were to appear and tell you that he was your missing brother? And I say she didn't change at all. If I reveal myself, she will ask too many questions. Some, I am not ready answer yet. Mom. Sometimes you need to take a leap of faith, Jin. Izuku. Maybe, Mom, maybe. Eri. Papa. We looked at Eri eating with some food on her cheek while smiling. We chuckled and I grabbed a napkin to clean her face. Eri. This is so yummy. Mom smiled and responded. Mom. Glad you enjoyed it. Some time later I heard the door open and it revealed my sister and Songyi. They seems like they both returned from school, and they were chatting with each other. bnha. Mom, has Oppa home yet? Izuku. I am, and we got things to talk about. They both looked at me and run up to me. bnha jumped on me and I hugged her back. Then Songyi did the same. Geez, they are getting bigger. bnha. Songyi. We missed you, Oppa. Izuku. I missed you too, girls. But let's sit down. We sat down in the living room. Both were looking at me with grin. bnha. So Oppa, where is my niece? Izuku. She is eating in the kitchen. Mom is with her. Songyi. Can she speak Korean yet? Izuku. No, not right now, so speak Japanese with her. I will only speak Korean if it is important and she should hear what I say. bnha. Okay, Oppa. Songyi. So how was your travels? Izuku. Not really interesting, really. Fought too many villains, killed too many monsters. And now I have a daughter. You know, basic stuff. bnha. Ha. 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 Izuku. But I wanna know, what did you do to my room? bnha. Well. Izuku. I haven't seen what you did, but I expect it to be in good conditions. bnha. Oh, about that, sorry. I sighed. Then I summoned a shadow to clean everything she did. bnha. Those guys are really convenient, right? Izuku. You have no idea. The system is the definition of miracles. Quote. Songyi. So what will you do now? Then I explained them the plan. They seemed sad a bit but understood. I then explained about Eri and they were shocked. Songyi. That horrible. Quote. Izuku. Tell me about it. bnha. Kinda like you, don't you think? Izuku. Yeah. Maybe that's what made me wish to take care of her. Quote. Songyi. Like a papa. Izuku. That's what she calls me. bnha. I am going to change and see her. Songyi. Wait for me. They left. And Eri returned with her faces covered with garlic bread. Then girls also returned wearing casual clothes. At that moment, they saw Eri. Jin-ah slowly approached to her, she then crouched down. Jin-ah. Are you Eri? Eri. Yes. Jin-ah. I am Jin-ah. I am your auntie. Quote. Eri. Auntie. Jin-ah. It means that I am Papa's sister. Can I hug you? Eri. Okay auntie. The two gave her a bear hug. This surprised her a bit. But she welcomed it. Unable to hold herself any longer, Jin-ah simply screamed. Both. She is so cute. I grabbed Eri from her and pinched her cheek. Izuku. Quit being so loud. Our neighbors will hear you. Jin-ah. Okao, I am so weak. Izuku. Well anyways. Let's eat dinner and we can head out. Song-yi. To where? Mom. Just walk around. I want her to see Seoul. Jin-ah. Alright, we can do it. Song-yi. I am coming too. I left Eri to their care and head to take a shower. It was a relaxing one for sure. When I returned I saw Eri sitting between the girls and having fun. I chuckled and grabbed all of them. Izuku. Alright, let's go. We left and we were walking in the streets of the Seoul. Izuku. Glad to see nothing has changed since last year. Mom. Oh, a few things are now. Izuku. Like, Mom. Well, there is this new hero. Izuku. New hero. Song-yi. Yes, I heard she graduated this year from the top school. But she was instantly requited by the Hunter's agency. She might made it to the top 10 soon. Izuku. Interesting. What's her name? Jin-ah. Her hero name is Light Princess. Izuku. Interesting. Do you think she is a good person? Mom. There has been a couple of incidents where she had been seen, but she seems like a good person. Izuku. I see. Quote. Hunter's agency, huh? I see that the #1 hero of Korea wasted no time boosting up his agency. Sigh. At least he is not a coward, nor an arrogant asshole. As we were walking in the streets we eventually picked some ice cream for everyone to eat later despite it being not so warm. Izuku. Today is a calm day. Quote. Mom. Sure it is. Villain attacks seems to be decreasing lately, you know. Izuku. Really? What is the current percentage? Mom. It should be around 14% now. Izuku. Lower than I remember. Mom. Yes it is. Izuku. It is a good thing. I wonder if it will go down even more. Mom. Maybe it will, who knows. Our attention shifted to a bunch of reporters crowding someone. There, I saw a blonde woman with brown eyes wearing a pink cap, in the middle just sitting on a bench. She had white blouse and jeans, but for some odd reason she was covering her nose with a tissue. Is he sick? Is she about to sneeze or something else? But the reporters aren't leaving her alone and she seems annoyed from that. Question mark, question mark, question mark. Pav. Geez, can't these guys leave me alone? My nose is killing me already. Powerful quirks do smell horrible. Then I heard a small boom. Looking up I saw some fireworks. What? But that got the attention of the reporters and the paparazzi, so I used this chance to leave. Izuku's Pav. After that trick the woman leave and we continued to walk around. And eventually we reached the park me and Jin-ah used to play. Izuku. Kids, you remember this park? Jin-ah. Yeah mom. Eri. This park. Izuku. This is where me and Jin-ah used to play when we were around your age. Eri. Star eyes, really papa? Izuku. Yes it is sweetie. Maybe tomorrow I will take you here to play. Eri. Smile, really? Mom. Yeah, why not? And I am sure you will love it. Your papa has a lot of memories here, and I want you to see them as well. Snowball. Eri. Thanks grandma. I looked at mom who was about to cry out of happiness. Song-yi and Jin-ah were about to squeal and nearly rushed to Eri to hug her, but I put my hand to stop their energy. Mom. I am sure you will enjoy it too. Izuku. Seoul will be fun for Eri, I guess. Mom. I will take her to enjoy everything about Korea. Izuku. Don't make her too attached here. I don't want her to leave her friends in Japan. Mom. Mom. Don't worry son. I raised both of you, and Song-yi to some extent. I can handle her just fine. Izuku. I trust you. Mom. Anything for my granddaughter. I chuckled. Izuku. So where are you two gonna go tomorrow? Mom. Maybe the parks, then the amusement park. For now let's head home. It is getting late and the girls have school tomorrow. Izuku. Alright mom. Jin-ah. Come on mom, just a bit more. Mom. No more words Jin. You need to sleep. Jin. Fine mom. Just stop treating me like a kid. Mom. In my eyes, you will always be my babies. Izuku. Alright, let's head back then. We head back home and I gave Eri a bath. When I entered my old room, I saw the shadow clean the room just the way I want it. I put Eri to sleep and head downstairs, only to see Mom looking at me. Mom. Jinwoo. Izuku. Yes Mom. Mom. I told Jin-ah and Song Yi to sleep. That goes for you too. Izuku. Mom, you know I can stay awake for almost a week, right? Mom. Pretty bold of you to assume I care, son. We stared at each other for a solid minute. Then I sighed and put my hands up. Izuku. I really can't beat you, Mom. Mom. I don't care, you have godlike powers, son. You are still my son, and I don't want to see you overwork yourself. Izuku. So be it, Mom. I am gonna sleep with Eri. At that moment she smirked. Mom. Oh, I am definitely taking a picture of you two cuddling. Izuku. Do it while I am asleep at least. Quote. Mom. Don't worry, son, you won't even notice me. With that I went to my own room and laid next to Eri. I then wrapped my hands around her and fell asleep. I woke up early for daily workout. It was around 5 a.m. right now. Eri was sleeping soundly in the bed. I left the house after finishing the push-ups and started my 20 kilometers run. While I was on it, I sensed a new gate appearing. It was an A-rank gate. Izuku. Oh, looks like I got a deal with this personally. I entered the gate. I saw the monsters were werewolves. Nice. Looks like they can be good emotional support animals for Eri. I wonder tossing them bones work. Almost all of them had black and brown fur. Although the ones with black fur were outnumbering the rest. Are they foot soldiers here? They charged at me while howling. I summoned my shadows to deal with them. While they were fighting I started move forward and looked at the different types of beasts. Looks like the black ones are the most basic. They all have sharp claws, teeth, and tough hide. They also had enhanced physical strength and speed and most importantly agility. I saw many of them climbing though the walls and jumping from above. Smart indeed, but it won't be enough. I dodged one of their attack and punched its head off. As I was looking at my shadows to see how they are faring against them. Tank is doing well. In fact, he is doing way too well. I narrowed my eyes to see its level, Elite LVL Max. Oh, I see. So that's why. Can he grow stronger? If he can, I wonder how strong the others will become in the future. More the shadows fought with the beasts, more I was able to observe their abilities. Black ones are fodder, brown ones can breath fire, and the silver ones can produce lightning. I wonder what's next. As we were heading to the boss room, I saw a new type. This one was bigger, and it was standing on 2 feet. I saw it was around 10 feet tall. Its fur was white as snow and its canines were sharp as razor. So this is the final boss, huh? I can defeat it fine. I was going to recall my shadows, only to see Igris marching towards it. Izuku. You want to kill it, Igris? He turned me and bowed, asking for permission. I looked at his current level. It showed max as well. Alarm. Shadow Soldier asking her promotion. Will you accept it? Yes, no. Izuku. I accept. As the black aura covered him, he started to glow even more. When it was over he looked different. He was glowing more with green aura. And his armor seemed different. But now he got a new rank. No, he should be around low to mid S rank. He got up and charged at the beast. Igris was fast. But so was the monster. It was able to create a blizzard every time it waved its claws. Igris was able to parry the snowy wind slash as well. He jumped and tossed his daggers to the beast. Then he went for a stab. He missed, but he was able to went for a jump and a spin, getting a good hit to the creature. With more swift movements he was able to cut the beast in half. Then he finished it off by stabbing its head. Izuku. Well done. But it looks like you aren't the only one. I turned to Tank. Alarm. Shadow requests promotion. Do you accept? Yes, no. Izuku. I accept. The same thing happened to Tank as well. His transformation was somewhat different. Wait, did he grow in size? He was bigger than before now. Seems good. But this gate was vanishing. I used the shadow extraction. Shadow extraction was successful. You call upon the fighting spirit of the slain monster. Monster's level will be increased. Monsters rank Knight or higher can be named. Level 33 rank Knight. Izuku. Your name will be Fenrir. It accepted the name and bowed down. It was time to leave. Izuku Midoriya, Sung Jin Woo. Leve. 92. Job. Shadow Monarch. I left the gate with the sun now rising. I decided to return home and saw Eri still sleeping. I smiled and went to shower. When I opened the door, I saw Jin-ah covered with nothing but a towel and was about to remove it completely. We looked at each other with a few seconds only to both blush. Jin-ah. Izuku. What the hell? Jin-ah. Get OOUUUUUUUUUUUUUUT. I shut the door instantly, nearly breaking it. She then started to shout at me from the other side. Jin-ah. Since when you don't knock? Izuku. Since when you woke up this early on Saturday? Jin-ah. What about you? Why are you awake? Izuku. I hunt villains and monsters for a life. Jin-ah. Oh yeah. It still doesn't give you the right to just come in. And didn't you see the light? Izuku. Oh, I am sorry, but don't you have a habit of leaving the lights on? Jin-ah. I don't do that anymore. Izuku. Since when? Jin-ah. Just shut up. Izuku. Oh please, I have seen you naked before. Jin-ah. That's when we were little, you pervert. We just sat by the door not talking for a solid minute. After my blush grew down, I chuckled. Izuku. Yeah, they were good times, right? I heard her giggle. Jin-ah. Yeah, they were. Flashback 3rd POV. Izuku was sitting on a chair with better, cleaner clothes inside a hospital. He was somewhat hearing the things that old man was talking about, but he wasn't able to understand any of it. Gu Gun-hee. So what is his condition, doctor? Nurse. We did a full checkup and took his x-rays, sir. But there seems to be something odd. Gu Gun-hee. What is it? Nurse. First off, he has no memory of his life. He still have the instinctive functions like eating, talking and all. But he is unable to remember anything else due to the amnesia. Him speaking Japanese is because he was growing up in Japan, and him speaking that language become like an instinct. Like a dog barking or a cat meowing. He is twice as stronger than his average age. 3 times almost. And his wounds are healing slightly faster. But the greatest aspect of his body is the second heart in his right side. It is dense. And I am not sure, but it has a fading purple color. Gu Gun-hee. I see, so from that, what do you think his quirk is? Nurse. And that is the odd part, sir. All scan or blood test we performed suggest that this kid is quirkless. Gu Gun-hee. Quirkless. Then how do you explain this second heart? Nurse. We have no idea. Gu Gun-hee. I see, who performed this tests? Quote, Nurse. It is the quirk doctor of the hospital. But we did send the results to Cyan Priest. He should be sending his observation as well. So far, he will heal, even faster than he should, but the head trauma already done the damage and we don't know when he will recover his memories. Gu Gun-hee. Min Byung Ji Yu Ha. Gu Gun-hee. I see. Well, thank you. Quote, he left and went to talk with some agents and police officers there with him. Gu Gun-hee. And did you manage to find his identity, or any information? Agent. No sir, we didn't. First, we can't get any DNA matchup because of a recent villain attack to Japanese Public Information Center a week ago. They said some hackers did erased an important chunk of citizen ID. And stole some. And this kid is unable to remember even his own name. So the chances are we won't be able to get any information anytime soon. Gu Gun-hee. So assuming he was kidnapped the same day, he has been held capture for at least a week. Quote, Agent. Or even more, because we don't know when he was exactly kidnapped or taken here. Gu Gun-hee. Have you asked for any villain attacks that could be a somewhat of a match? Agent. We did, sir, but we didn't find anything that could match. Gu Gun-hee. Not a pattern either. They shook their heads with a disappointed look. Chairman just sighed. Gu Gun-hee. All right. For now the kid will stay with me. I will at least try to teach him Korean and our customs. That way he can at least live somewhat normal life. Once it is done, I will bring a family to raise him. Agent. Very well, sir. With that they left. Gu Gun-hee just moved closer to Izuku. Gu Gun-hee. All right, kid. For now you are going to come with me. I will teach you everything you need to know about Korea. Including our language, customs and maybe even more. Are you up for it? Izuku just looked at him and only nodded. With that his education began. And Gugunhi was surprised to say the least. After a couple of months he was able to semi-speak Korean and write. But the part that impressed the old man was how Izuku was able to actually help him with surprisingly accurate battle and hero analysis. And since it would also help him practice Korean, Gugunhi actually took Izuku to the association, and have him look at some footages surprising everyone. After 2 years, Izuku was ready for a normal life. Gugunhi wasn't the best with names, so he didn't name Izuku anything and decided to let the family decide. Gugunhi, listen kid. I just want to say I am sorry. I know I didn't decided a Korean name for you and you still didn't receive you memories. But this family might get a name for you. Are you fine with using that? Izuku. It is fine grandpa. All you did was to help me, thank you. He said with a smile. Gugunhi was happy. When they arrived to their destination, they were greeted by a woman, a man and a girl around Izuku's age. Hello, I am Sung Il-wan. These are my wife and daughter, Park Kyung-hai and Sung Jin-ah. Arena you the boy that chairman mentioned. Gugunhi. Yes. Il-wan. I see. Gugunhi. I didn't choose a name for him since I didn't know when his memories will return. And since you will be his family now, I wanted you to decide too. Thank you chairman. I heard about his situation. I am glad that you made us his adopted family. Gugunhi. Why is that? Kyung-hai. Because I can speak Japanese sir. Gugunhi looked at her surprised. Gugunhi. You can. That's convenient I suppose. If anything, you can help him more than. Kyung-hai. Yes, I am more than happy for it. Right honey? Il-wan. Yes dear. We will do our best sir. Gugunhi. Thank you. Kid, I need to leave. It is fine grandpa. Thank you for everything. Izuku said that while bowing. Gugunhi chuckled and patted his head. Gugunhi. Now one more thing people. I wasn't sure when his memories were going to return. So I didn't pick a name for the kid. And now that you are here, together you can pick a good name for him. I apologize for the inconvenience. Quote, Il-wan. It is fine sir. We can decide that too. Gugunhi. Alright. Take care kid. Izuku. Bye. Izuku was standing there somewhat sad. But then the rest of the family. Kyung-hai. So kid. You didn't pick a name. Is it okay for us to help you out with it? Izuku. Sure. Il-wan. Good. And I would like to introduce ourselves to you again. Izuku. No, I heard your names. Kyung-hai. Alright, that's better. Now come to the living room and we can decide for a good name. Izuku. Okay. After some discussion, they decided that his name would be Sung Jin-woo. Jin-ah played with him weeks later. Izuku was ready for the first day in school. Kyung-hai. Alright Jin-woo. I know this is your first day, are you exited? Izuku. Yes I am mom. Kyung-hai. Great. Now Jin-ah let's go. Jin-ah. Alright mom. They arrived at school. Teacher. Now kids this is your stop. Have fun and listen to your studies. With that they entered their classroom. And the teacher started to talk. Teacher. Alright kids we have a new student. This is Sung Jin-woo. Everyone welcome him with smiles. Now then. Take a seat Jin-woo. Izuku. Yes ma'am. He sat next to Jin-ah and one other girl with bob-cut black hair. After the class the same girl helped. Song-yi. Hey I am Song-yi-yu. Izuku. I am Sung Jin-woo. Song-yi. Wait, Jin-ah. Jin-ah. Yeah my parents adopted him a couple weeks ago. Song-yi. So you are siblings now. Jin-ah. Yeah we are. He is kinda fun honestly but he mutters a lot. Song-yi. Cool let's go outside to play. Izuku. Sure. Jin-ah. Yeah let's go. The three kids went outside to play. While Izuku was resting he saw two upper class kids come to them. As he walked closer, he was able to hear that it was an argument that was about to turn into a fight. Izuku didn't want and run up to them, and managed to block a punch that was meant for Song-yi. Song-yi. Jin-woo are you okay? Izuku just took the blow but he got up and punched the kid again. Kid. OWW what the hell? Izuku took a battle stance. Kid. Oh you wanna go at it? Izuku didn't say anything. Then Song-yi also decided to stand up to fight but before anything could be said and done, teachers came and diffused the situation. Needless to say, it was a hectic day and the three kids continued playing. They returned home covered in mud and sweat. Kyung-hai. Kids. Izuku. Sorry mom, we got carried away. Quote. Kyung-hai. Bath, now. Izuku. Okay, you go first. Kyung-hai. No, you are all too dirty to be roaming around. You are going to take bath at the same time. Kids looked at her and took their clothes off and tossed them to the bathtub, giving them a good wash. Both bnha and Izuku played in the bathtub and tried to splash. In the end, their day was a rather interesting one. Flashback ends. Izuku's POV. I was thinking of those days while not noticing that fact that I was leaning to the door and I didn't notice when bnha opened the door only for me to fall on the ground backwards. I was laying there looking at a nearly bnha covered in a wet towel from below, able to see it, right between her legs, completely pink, and surprisingly shaved. bnha. Izuku. bnha. Blush. Izuku. Blush. bnha. Blush harder. Izuku. Blush harder. bnha. KYYYYAAAAAAAHHHHH. I instantly got up and looked away, but not before seeing her in the corner of my eye that she was about to attack me, but she forgot about the slippery floor and she was about to fall. But I caught her in time. But that resulted her towel to fall down. We were staring at each other while blushing. But then we heard a loud giggle. Turning our heads, we saw Mom smirking with a phone in his hand while Song-yi blushing heavily with wide eyes and a jaw. Mom. Smirk, don't mind me, you two keep going. Song-yi, why don't you also join in on them? I keep Eri company while you make her some siblings. Now we all blushed like hell and I just let her go while looking away. After an awkward breakfast, Mom took Eri away and I left with the girls for a hangout. Izuku. So what do you wanna do today? bnha. Who knows? Izuku. For now it is just a walk. Song-yi. Looks like it. As we were walking we saw the old kindergarten we used to go. And the same park we first played. Yeah, truly good times. Today was a warm day. I was out and I had my fun with bnha and Song-yi, and they went back home afterwards. So I had nothing else to do. But then I got a call from old man. Izuku. What is it? Go Gun-hee. Can you come to my office? I need you to do something. Izuku. Give me a minute. I started to jog to the association HQ. After showing my card to the security, they let me in. I went straight to old man's office. Once arriving, I knocked the door. Go Gun-hee. Come in. Izuku. Hello grandfather. Go Gun-hee. Jin-woo. Good you are here. I have a job for you. Izuku. What is it? Go Gun-hee. There is this new hero agency I need you to check. Chul was looking into them, but they proved themselves to be really elusive. Izuku. Even for him. Go Gun-hee. Yes. For now I need you to see what you got about them. Anything you can find. Izuku. I got you covered. What is the name of this agency? Go Gun-hee. It is *********** agency. Izuku. Alright, I see you later. Third POV. With that Izuku left the room. About 15 minutes later Go Gun-hee received a phone call. Go Gun-hee. Hello. Sir. This is the science division. The item you requested is now being tested. Go Gun-hee. Really? That's good news. Yes sir, within several months we believe it will be time to launch it to the orbit. Go Gun-hee. Even better, should I come to see for myself? Of course sir. Please, it is a curious device. Go Gun-hee. Alright. As he went downstairs to the research block he was met by Woo Jin-chul and he was also seemed interested. Chairman, you are here. Go Gun-hee. So what is the current update, doctor? We have finally managed to isolate the different energy measurements. Go Gun-hee. Good. Quote. But there is something I gotta say. Go Gun-hee. What is it? We did some tests and noticed that this artifact can also be used on humans. Quote. Go Gun-hee. How so? And is it dangerous? No, it isn't. In fact, it is quite beneficial. Long-term short, it can somehow detect one's power level. More accurately, the power of the one's quirk. Go Gun-hee. Really? Yes. These measurements aren't accurate, however, since quirks can be trained, and different quirks can counter other quirks like fire and ice. But it can be a good way to measure the trait level of a villain in the first glance, but still not a guaranteed method, I must add. Go Gun-hee. How do we identify the power level, Doctor? It is like looking at a bright light. More powerful the light is, stronger the quirk is. Or when people charge up or activate their quirks, they emit this energy around them. This device specifically targets that. Go gun he. I see. What about quirkless people? Quote, that I am not so sure, sir. But I have a quirkless daughter. I can call here to test it out. Go gun he. Yes, that would work. Thank you agreeing to do your research here. This will save a lot of lives. It is nothing. And honestly, I am glad I get to do it here. Ever since they took my last invention, I lost my trust on my previous funders. Quote, go gun he. I see. I hope one day you will take it back. Quote, I hope so too. Anyways, there is still much to do. And I don't want to take more of your time, Chairman. Go gun he. Oh, it is fine, Doctor. Please refer me with my name, sir. Quote, go gun he. Are you sure? I am. Go gun he. All right. As Go gun he looked at the scientist. He was now wearing a lab coat on the top of a blue shirt and white pants. His brown hair and blue eyes. He had a beard on his chin. His blue eyes were covered by his glasses. Go gun he. Mr. Shield. On the other side of the town, Izuku was looking at the new agency his grandfather mentioned. Izuku. So this is the agency, huh? All right. Izuku used stealth to see any evidence there is to collect. As he entered the agency main office, he didn't expect to witness the leading pro hero with a man in a business suit. As he listened their talk, he realized that they were talking about illegal support items. Something Izuku was recording. After getting enough evidence, he decided to leave. Izuku. Calling this a perfect timing is an understatement, but I gotta give this to old man. As he started to walk back, he was also admiring the day. Since he was in home, he didn't had to cover his face as extensively. And that was a good feeling. While he was walking, he heard an explosion. He dashed at that direction. When he arrived, he saw a bunch of villains on the ground and a blonde woman standing on the top of them. Izuku. That's the woman from before. Oh, so that's why there were many reporters. She is a pro hero. Question mark, question mark, question mark. 1. Light Princess, look here. Question mark, question mark, question mark. 2. Princess. Izuku. She seems like fan favorite. But why is she holding he nose like that? Does she have sensitive smell? He activated his skill to see her quirk. Izuku. Light manipulation. Gives her enhanced speed, strength and agility on the top of manipulating light. Impressive. Is her sensitive nose also part of this though? As the two were looking around, a new villain appeared. Izuku prepared to take it down with his dagger, but didn't act since he noticed that she wasn't the only one there. He saw the #1 hero of Korea there blasting fire at the villain. His usual costume was consist of a white tuxedo covered with a red cape. Izuku. It is Choi Jong-in, or as the public calls him, the Pyromage. So he is here too, huh? Yeah, mom told me that he took her as a sidekick. His fire quirk is on par with that Endeavor guy from Japan. From what I heard, his cape is fire resistant. But that's it. His outfit was more for looks due to how his quirk works. He is smart and somewhat cocky looking. And definitely cheeky. But at least he is not arrogant. He knows his limits, and definitely he is not a hothead. It is good. Last thing we need is him acting like that guy in Japan. But looks like I am not needed here. Well, I gotta go back. But before he leave, he noticed that Light Princess was staring at him. He stared back. After a moment of the two staring at each other, Izuku decided to vanish. After that whole ordeal, he arrived at the association. Izuku. I am back. Go gun he. Already. Izuku. Call it convenience, but I managed to ear tap a whole conversation about trigger dealing. And I recorded all of it already. Go gun he. Wonderful. We can handle from here. Thank you, kid. Izuku. It is nothing. Go gun he. And by the way, Izuku. Yes. Go gun he. Remember the crystal you managed to recover from France? Quote. Izuku. How can I not? It was allowing me to track gates much easier. It was really useful. Go gun he. Yes. Scientists I hired were able to progress a lot. I bet if several months we will be able to make a new satellite system that can track gates. Izuku. Great. That will help me with tracking at least major gates. Quote. Go gun he. Yes, and even if you don't make it in time, it can be used to warn the local government early. Izuku. Yeah. Let's not have another commish incident, right? Go Gunhee. Indeed. Speaking of USA, do you think they are also investigating the gates? Quote, Izuku. Considering what happened to them, I wouldn't be surprised if they do in secret. And I think other countries are also doing it, but they are hiding it in the name of villain attacks. I did indeed saw some high-ranking heroes in London shutting down a gate. Go Gunhee. Then that's what the rest of the world is also doing. One day they might have to reveal this to the world though. Izuku. That day, I will most likely have enough shadows for any Armageddon. Quote, Go Gunhee. How many do you have now? Izuku. Several hundred. But the number is increasing rapidly and so does the strength of my soldiers. Some of my shadows have ranked up already and more is on their way. Smirk, so don't be surprised when I took over the entire hero business in Japan or Korea one day. Go Gunhee. Or maybe both. And then the world. Izuku. You are making it sound like a challenge. Quote, Go Gunhee. One that I am certain you would up for. After all, what is more scarier than immortal, restless pro heroes? Izuku. Now let me build up my power. And maybe one day. Quote, the two started to chat more and laugh a bit. Then they start talking about some other topics like crimes and some other recent activities, only for them to be interrupted by Chul. Chul. Chairman, Jinwoo, turn on the TV now. Go Gunhee. Izuku grabbed the remote and turned the TV on, seeing a newsflash that surprised the young and old duo. Breaking news. 3 hours ago, American Hero Association have been attacked. Reporter. Several heroes and a top hero has been reported to be injured, but there were no other casualties according to the police. Right now we are contacting a reporter at the site. Are you live? Reporter 2. I am. I have arrived only moments ago. And this whole street is covered in fire. From what I am seeing right now, it has been like this for hours. Countless firefighters are trying to put out the fire. The government didn't made an explanation yet, but I believe they will make one soon. So far they have been quiet. As the reporters talked, Izuku and Go Gunhee looked at each other. Izuku. I didn't know there are people ballsy enough to pull that off. Go Gunhee. Despite its size, USA's crime rate is only 10%. That is because they have 2 national authority heroes for them to get rid of anyone. Whoever did that must be brave or stupid. Knock knock. They turned their face towards the door. Go Gunhee. Come in. When the door opened, it revealed Pyromage, Light Princess, and one more person. He had spiky orange hair with orange eyes. He was wearing a black tuxedo and he looked serious and somewhat annoyed. Go Gunhee. Oh, it is you too. Baek Yoon-ho. Chairman. Have you seen the news? Go Gunhee. I just did. Choi Jong-in. Interesting indeed. But right now Light Princess was looking at Izuku intensely. Izuku also looked back at her. Cha Hae-in. You. Izuku. Cha Hae-in. You were the guy the first saw today. You had a weapon in your hand ready to attack the villains. Izuku. So you noticed. Go Gunhee. You two met. Oh, that's interesting. Light Princess, Pyromage, White Tiger meet Sung Jin-woo, a personal assistant of mine. They looked at him surprised. Baek Yoon-ho. Just like Chul. Quote, Izuku. You could say that. Cha Hae-in. So that's why you had a weapon. Izuku. Yes, I have permission to engage in battles given to me by the chairman. Quote, Cha Hae-in. I see. Then pardon us for being suspicious about you. Izuku. It is all right. Bzzzzz. Izuku looked down to see his phone. Izuku. Hello, Mom. Jin-woo. Izuku. Hey Mom. Mom. Come back home dear, I made your favorite. Eri is also missing you. Izuku chuckled. Izuku. I see. Alright, I will come back soon. Mom. Bye. Then Izuku turned off the phone. Izuku. Looks like they're waiting for me. I gotta go, chairman. Quote, Go Gunhee. Alright kid. Send them my regards. Izuku. Sure. Izuku stand up to leave. Izuku. Pleasure to meet you again. As he was about to leave, he passed right next to Cha Hae-in. When she sniffed the air around him, she was shocked. Cha Hae-in. Hold on. Izuku. What is it? She leaned closer to him to sniff. Once she did, she was shocked. She arched back with a rather huge blush on her face. Cha Hae-in. He doesn't have a foul scent. How? Even quirkless people smell bad. Cha Hei-in. Excuse me, but what is your quirk? Izuku. My quirk. That is a long story. But I don't have time to explain. Have a good day. He left the room with a confused Pyromage and a really flustered Cha Hei-in. Baek Yoon-ho. Chairman. They all turned to Tiger, whose eyes were animal-like and glowing. He was shocked out of his mind and somewhat scared. He was also sweating a lot. Go Gun-hee. What is it, Tiger? Baek Yoon-ho. What, just what the hell was he? Cha Hei-in. What do you mean, Mr. Tiger? Baek Yoon-ho. Ms. Cha, you know I can see people's power levels somewhat with my eyes, right? Choi Jong-in. How massive was his? Baek Yoon-ho. Yes. They all turned their faces to Chairman, who was calm and smiling. Go Gun-hee. He is strong, all right. Izuku's POW. About 5 minutes later I arrived at home. Izuku. I am home. Mom. Welcome home, son. Izuku. Hi Mom. Where are the girls and Eri? Upstairs playing. bnha is making Eri's hair the last time I checked. Then I saw girls coming downstairs with Eri having pigtails. Mom. Speaking of the devil, girls, come here. Quote. bnha. Alright Mom. Eri. Okay Grandma. I saw Mom moved a bit. Izuku. Are you still not used to that? Mom. Can't help it. Izuku. Chuckle, of course you can't. Quote. We were having a conversation while eating. Mom. So when are you returning to Japan? Izuku. Next week. This place is good and all, but I gotta go back to work, so to say. And Eri has friends there. Mom. I see. When do you think we will see you again, son? Izuku. Most likely Christmas. But who knows? Maybe the future has other plans for us. Mom. Also, like I said before, you should see your old family. It is okay to take a leap of faith. Izuku. I will think about it. Song Yi. Oppa. Izuku. Yes. Song Yi. Song Yi. How many guys you can summon now? Izuku. About a couple hundred. Why? Song Yi. Just asking. How many more are you planning to have? Izuku. You can never have too much. I even have a new guy here. Come out, Fenrir. He showed up. It was a massive werewolf with its teeth ready to bite anything. Izuku. Now sit. He instantly sat down while wiggling its tail. bnha. It's wiggling its tail. Like a puppy. Eri. Papa, is it a puppy? Izuku. He is whatever I want it to be. After dinner, do you wanna play with him? Eri. Can I really? Izuku. Sure. Quote. Eri was looking at him with star eyes. Eri. Giant puppy. Mom looked at me smiling. Mom. You always had the weirdest taste for pets. Izuku. Maybe. I saw Fenrir lowering his head while making a sad dog sound. Izuku. But I wouldn't call him that. He will get hurt. And he is a powerful ally. His head instantly rose up with pride. Izuku. For now he is Eri's puppy. His head went down again. bnha. You always had the coolest Pokemons. Izuku. I beg your pardon. bnha. You go around the world and add them to your seemingly infinite collection. Izuku. Now you put it that way, snap. All three of them laugh. Then I saw Eri finishing his meal and jumping on Fenrir to pet him. Eri. Giant puppy. She rolled on the ground with him. Now Fenrir was on the bottom and Eri was petting his stomach. Fenrir licked her as a means of retaliation. bnha. She liked him. Izuku. She did. Then out of nowhere I saw Igris sitting on the couch and looking at them. Mom. Do they do that often? Izuku. Not really. Unless I let them do whatever they want. One time I let a shadow do whatever he wants in the house I rented and he discovered his passion of cooking. Or the time I saw two of them playing the most intense rock paper scissors I have ever seen. Them being iron and another shadow. Mom. Is this why you keep them around all the time? Izuku. Yeah, sometimes I have wonder what they would do without me around. After more playing and a few more shadows doing other things, I call it a day. Sigh. Another day, another gate. Here I was clearing yet another gate. Another B rank. There has been a surprising increase around Seoul. As if a massive gate broke, but those newly opened gates were around the level of C at best, so I sent my infantry to handle it. Although they were low-ranked gates, the number of them is what worries me. So far I had to send Igris, Tusk, and others to separate gates to close them all. They were all in different B-rank gates same as me. And the rest of the elite rank soldiers were all separated. Now then. Let's see what is in here. The moment I entered the gate it started to turn red. Izuku. Ah, great, a red gate. Well, no need to worry about time anymore. When I arrived I looked around. I was surrounded in mountains. Lots of mountains, so there are either beings that can fly or beings that can dig around. Nah, the ones that can dig around would attack me only in caves. Unless there are some rather long worm-like beings. Caw. I turned my face to see a bunch of birds. Izuku. Great, flying enemies. Well, I gotta practice that side of fighting anyways. And I already got Dominator's touch. This feels like job exchange all over again. Shishigras nearly killed me back then. Third Pav. Eri was sleeping in the room with bnha cuddling with her like a teddy bear. But the windows were opened by her grandmother. Park Kyung-hai. Sweetie, it is time to wake up. You too, bnha. You have school today, remember. And I got work to do. Bnha. So Oppa is looking out for her today. Park Kyung-hai. He will. An hour ago Izuku's Pav. How annoying those birds were. At least I got my skill upgraded. My telekinesis skill has evolved. Along with stealth as is now max level. Alarm. Skill Dominator's touch has reached to its final form. Ruler's authority. Izuku. And it is good. And there is this new item. Alarm. You have gained a new item. Helmet of Mars. Item rank. A. 5% physical damage reduction. 25% magical damage reduction. Active skill Taunt. Causes enemies to charge the user with a blind rage, applying -20% attack damage all targets. Izuku. Sounds like a great item for iron. Speaking of my shadows, they should be back. I am sensing their mana getting close. From the distance I saw my soldiers coming closer to me hidden in shadows. Izuku. Good, you are back. Oh. I looked to see Fenrir, Iron, Chief Centaur and another elite rank shadow with max levels. Izuku. I see. So you are all ready for promotion. Great news. Igris and Tusk are already the strongest duo I have, but it is not too bad to have more competition. I accept. The four shadows then got covered with black mists. Once they were released they looked different. Iron spikes on his shoulders were bigger, Fenrir looked bigger and had sharper looking canines. Looks like becoming elite knights really worked for them, huh? Alarm. Shadow Soldier has reached rank knight. Shadow Soldiers rank knight or above can be named. Choose a name for your soldier. Izuku. I am going with War Runner. That with his horn he can lead frontal assaults well. Shadow Soldier bowed and I pulled him to my shadow. All it left was the new knight who was still awaiting for a name. Izuku. So what is your abilities? It is getting harder to keep track of. Then the Shadow Soldier used its abilities to control anything metal around us. Then I remembered him. He was that villain I killed in USA when I was doing some experiments with that device. Izuku. Oh, you were that guy. Now I remember. How about Magnet? That fits you. He once again bowed. Izuku. Now I gotta go back home. But before I could, I sensed someone approaching. They were fast. Seems like it is someone powerful. Flash Lance. I turned to see an attack coming. I dodged it and to see who it was. And it was the Light Princess. Oh great, it is fortunate that I am in my cloak. Cha Hei-in. You are the Reaper. Izuku. And, Cha Hei-in. I need to know, what were you doing here? Izuku. Making sure the city is safe. Cha Hei-in. Really? Then should I assume those demonic shadowy beasts are your companions? My eyes widened. She saw them. I don't know which one she saw, but doesn't matter. What? Nuisance. While thinking, I saw her slowly approach me. Izuku. Do you want to fight me? Cha Hei-in. You are a wanted vigilante on an international level. It is only natural that I have to. Izuku. I wouldn't recommend that. You are strong, miss, but you need to know your limits. She charged at me while coating her sword with a ray of light. So that's her quirk. Light manipulation. Or maybe enhancement. I used my skill to see what she can do. Quirk. Photokinesis. User can control and produce light. Grants enhances strength, speed, agility. Weakness. Causes skin to go pale, dryness, and drain as stamina. I pulled out a dagger to counter that hit. When we collided it created a shockwave. Impressive. She is strong indeed. I can say she is definitely stronger than Chul. But she is not on the same level as White Tiger Pyromage or Colossus. She can probably beat Deathbow, but that's mainly Guy as a long-range fighter. If I remember correctly, she is new. She has lots of potential. After that she moved back and charged at me with a fury of attacks. But they weren't random attacks or power blows. Her technique is quite elegant. She went for a spinning attack, as if she is dancing with the blade. Then a kick from below to push me back. She then spinned back and charged at me while creating a different type of blade. She then held the blade with both hands and strikes me with a pose I was way too familiar. My eyes widened the moment I see it. The hit almost landed on me, but I was able to evade. Cha Hei In. I got you. She pulled hands back, causing the blade to disappear. Then she made another one to strike me. At that point I had enough and took her seriously. I caught the blade with my hand. It created a shockwave that blew some windows apart. She looked at me shocked. I then grabbed her by the collarbone, then lifted her up. Izuku. That move. She was looking down to me. I then slammed her to the ground to knock her out. Izuku. You were his disciple. I picked her up and dropped her to a nearby hospital. I stayed hidden while carrying her using ruler's authority. Izuku. This evolved skill is really useful. I don't have to focus on with my hands anymore, and my limit got over the roof. I then returned home to see bnha wearing a school uniform and Mom was wearing her nurse outfit. Izuku. So I take it that Eri will be with me. Mom. She will. Quote. Man, I am jealous. You don't have to go to school. Izuku. That's because I technically graduated from college a while ago. bnha. Oh come on, it was online education. Quote. Izuku. But it did gave me a diploma regardless. You should have tried that too. bnha. But I like being in school. Izuku. Then stop whining. bnha. Meanie. Izuku. Anyways, I am gonna take a shower. Then take Eri with me. Mom. Where will you go? Izuku. Visit a place I was meant to visit a while ago. Mom. You haven't go there since you returned. Izuku. Yeah, I think it is time. Mom. See you son. Izuku. Bye Mom. Mom and bnha left the house. I finished my breakfast and left with Eri. On my way I visited a flower shop. Eri. Papa, who are they for? Quote. Izuku. They are for some old friends of me. Eri. Can I meet them? Izuku. That would be tricky, Snowball. Eri. Why Papa? Izuku. You will see it. As I was walking I was carrying Eri on my arms while carrying a bunch of flowers with my other hand. Eventually I made it to the graveyard. Eri. Papa, this place is. Izuku. I know sweetie. I know. I found where they were. There were many graves but these two were the ones I cared the most. Izuku. It has been a while, hasn't it? Captain, Jui. I sat down the graves of the two people. Izuku. Here I am. Once again. Has it been a year? Hard to say. I have been all over the place. Quote. I glanced at Eri and she seems to have realized what was going on. She had a saddened expression. I then sighed. Izuku. You know I could do it. Just one phrase and you would be right next to me. One word, 5 letters. That's simple. But I want. Cause wouldn't that be a disgrace the why you all died? A part of me still loves you, Jui. And you will always be in my heart. And you don't have to worry about me anymore. I am strong now. And you, Captain. You always believed in me. No matter how weak I was, no matter how defenses I looked, you believed my judgment. And to the least end you didn't back down. Not even for someone as weak I was back then. And I am thankful for you. I think I met a student of yours recently. Perhaps I gave her a visit. I glanced at Eri once again. Izuku. And this is my daughter, Eri. Perhaps she would have called you Mom Jui. She still can if she wanted to. And she would probably call you Grand Uncle Captain. Eri. Papa, who are they? Izuku. They were my old companions, Snowball. They sacrificed themselves for me. I put the flowers down and prayed. Izuku. Jui. You always doubted your abilities as a hero. Saying you are nothing but a coward. But to me, you will always be a true hero. And you, Captain, you are still the old tiger I admired, just like my father and old man he. Now, rest in peace. I stood up and grabbed Eri. Izuku. Let's go, Snowball. Eri. Okay Papa. When I turned around I saw someone was approaching us. And to my shock it was the light princess again. But this time, she had casual clothes. And she was also carrying a bundle of flowers. Cha-ahe-in. Excuse me, wait, Mr. Sung Jin-woo. Izuku. Hello Miss Light. Cha-ahe-in. Cha-hae-in. Please call me that when we are in public. Izuku. Alright, hello Miss Cha, what are you doing here? Cha-ahe-in. I was here to bring these flowers to Masters, did you know him? Izuku. What makes you say that? Cha-ahe-in. There are fresh flowers in the grave. Izuku. I see. So you noticed. Yes, I knew him. He was a dear friend. And for you? Cha-ahe-in. He was my teacher. He taught me how to use a sword. Izuku. I see. I looked down to see Eri shying away. Izuku. You don't need to be shy, Snowball. Cha-ahe-in. Excuse me. Izuku. Oh sorry, I was speaking Japanese. This is Eri. I adopted her in my visit in Japan. She can't quite speak Korean yet. Cha-ahe-in. Oh, I am sorry. Izuku. It is fine, hold on. I whispered in Eri's ear how to say hi in Korean. After a few times she understood. She then approached her and said it. A second later I saw Miss Cha blush. Izuku. Are you okay? Cha-ahe-in. I am. Cha-hae-in's pav. Cha-ahe-in. Oh my gosh, she is so adorable. Izuku's pav. Izuku. Now then, we don't want to interrupt you. Quote. I picked Eri up. Cha-ahe-in. Wait. Izuku. Cha-ahe-in. Can you wait for a sec? Izuku. What is it? Cha-ahe-in. Let me put these flowers and pray. Then. Izuku. Then what? Cha-ahe-in. Well. I looked at her, she was blushing a lot. Cha-ahe-in. You wouldn't mind for C coffee, alright. Izuku. Sure, we don't mind. But Eri unfortunately won't understand most of our conversation though. And if you don't mind I will talk Japanese with her the whole time. Cha-ahe-in. And no, it is fine. Quote. Izuku. Alright, we head out and went to a shop. Eri was looking at the sweets with ha drool. Both me and Cha looked at her with a chuckle. We then sat down with coffee in our hand. Cha-ahe-in. So. Izuku. Cha-ahe-in. You work for the chairman, correct? Izuku. I am. Cha-ahe-in. Which branch? Izuku. Honestly, I did all kinds of jobs for the old man. Cha-ahe-in. Anything he asked. Izuku. Yes. Cha-ahe-in. You must be royal to him. Like Chul. Izuku. You could say that. I owe him a lot. Cha-ahe-in. Really? Izuku. I do. More than I think I could ever pay for. I trust him and he trusts me. Quote. Cha-ahe-in. I see. Waitress. Your apple cake, sir. Izuku. Thank you. I saw the waiter put down the cake in front of Eri and gave me the bill. Izuku. The bill. I looked to see she has wrote a bunch of numbers on it and they didn't look like the actual bill. She also saw them and her face once again blushed. I sighed. Izuku. So Miss Cha. Exactly why did you call me here today? Cha-ahe-in. Well, I thought that. Izuku. You thought what? Cha-ahe-in. Blush. Izuku. Are we here to talk about your teacher? Cha-ahe-in. My teacher. Izuku. Like I said, he was a dear friend of mine. Cha-ahe-in. Despite his old age he was still keen on doing hero work. Izuku. He was someone I admire. Quote. Cha-ahe-in. Same. Izuku. You are oddly friendly with someone you just met, you know. Even though we have this connection. Cha-ahe-in. Am I? Izuku. You are. Are you perhaps interested in me in some way? When I said that she blushed. This was the worst one I saw so far. She was looking around. Izuku. Cha-ahe-in. I think so. I looked at her. She was a mess right now. Then her phone rang. Cha-ahe-in. Oh, I gotta go. It is from the agency. Izuku. I see. Then we don't want to hold you back. Have a nice day. Cha-ahe-in. You too. She then left with haste. Eri was still eating her apple cake without a care in the world. I sighed. Once she was done we left. I then took her to the association HQ to visit old man. Since we are leaving soon she would most likely want to see him once again. Once we arrived he was happy to see her. Go Gunhee. Sung, my boy you are here. And you too little one. Glad to see you again. Eri. Hello grandpa. Go Gunhee. So you wanted to bring her here one last time before you leave. Izuku. Yeah. You could say that. Go Gunhee. Good and my wife is soon be here. I am sure she would like to meet her too. Even if it was for a brief moment. I told her about Eri. Izuku. I see. Yeah she will love it. Is she still the same? Go Gunhee. She is. I am sure she would be glad to see you too. Then I got serious and started to speak Korean with him so that Eri wouldn't understand it. Izuku. Chairman. Go Gunhee. What is it? Izuku. I have a question. Quote. Go Gunhair. What is it? Izuku. I am thinking of converting a long-dead villain into a shadow. But this villain is also a guy that someone particular is afraid of. Quote. Go Gunhee. The villain you saved her from, am I correct? Quote. Izuku. While his abilities will surely be useful, I am also conflicted about it. Go Gunhee. You did told me that you also saved her from a gate, am I right? Izuku. I did. Go Gunhee. Did you turn them into shadows? Izuku. Yes. Quote. Go Gunhee. And what was her reaction? Izuku. She was scared at first. Go Gunhee. Boot. I looked at him and I flinched a bit. He just smiled. Izuku. Chuckle, but then she was fine. Hell, I think she plays with them sometimes. Quote. Go Gunhee. That is your answer. If you know where the body is, then it is fair game for you. Izuku. Yeah it is. We head back home after Granny visited us. She was more than happy to meet my daughter. Back home me and mom were talking. While Jinna and Songyi were in their room with Eri again. Then I looked into the mirror. I am taller, more muscular, and my hair is different, but I should be pretty average. Since my powers manifested, all of my damaged body parts, whether it is a scar or not, is gone. But Izuku. Mom. Yes son. Izuku. I got a question. Mom. What is it? Izuku. How would you rate me? Mom. Excuse me. Izuku. How do I look to you? Mom. Son, all mothers think their child is handsome or beautiful, regardless of how they look. Izuku. Yeah, good point. Sorry. Mom. It is fine. Third Pav. At that moment she thought. Park Kyung-hai. Jinwoo, are you serious? Don't you notice all the looks you get every damn time you go out? I lost count of the number of times random waitresses write down their phone numbers on empty bills ever since you got your growth spurt. I know Songyu has a hard crush on you since you were little, and I am pretty sure Jinna too. And at this point I already mental prepared myself that you gonna have a harem a long time ago. The real question I am wondering is just how big it will be. Elsewhere, nighttime. Cha Hae-in. Ah, what do you mean I think so? What do you mean I think so? Cha Hae-in buried her face to her pillow while kicking the bed in her pajamas. Cha Hae-in. What was I saying? He will think that I am a crazy woman now, but I am interested in him. I mean, he is handsome, and he doesn't have a foul scent. She buried her face to her pillow again, screaming her lungs out. Cha Hae-in. It is not okay. It is definitely not okay. He would think I am a creep, but why he didn't smell, wait. At that moment she remembered something. Her encounter with Reaper. Now that she thought about it, she wasn't blocking her nose to breath properly, as if. Cha Hae-in. Reaper didn't have a scent either, could it be? Time skip. Izuku's pav. Isku. You packed your clothes. Eri. Yes papa. Izuku. And your toys. Eri nodded. Izuku. Good girl. We left and head for the airport. Mom, Jinna and Songyi were accompanying us. Jinna. Sent us some mails oppa. Izuku. I will. Songyi. And pictures. Izuku. I will. Mom. And son. Izuku. Yes mom. Quote. Mom. Don't shy away from contacting with your birth family. I am sure they will welcome you. Izuku. I will try. Mom. Good, we gotta go. Have safe trip you too. Izuku. We will. Eri. By big sisters, by grandma. All three. By Eri. I watched them leave. Then I smiled. However, a few minutes later I saw Miss Cha again. Izuku. Miss Cha, what are you doing here? Cha in. I wanted to see you. Izuku. You know this is not a good time, right? Cha in. I know, but do you have a sec? That's all. Izuku. Very well, I will hear you out. We found a bench. It was quite away from everyone else, so it would give us privacy. Izuku. So what is it? Cha in. Silently, are you Reaper? I was surprised to hear that. How did she? Cha in. You don't have a foul scent and neither did he. I looked at her. Then I chuckled. Izuku. I see. So what if I am? What are you going to do about it? Cha in. Honestly, nothing. I just wanted to know. Izuku. Why? Quote. Cha in. Can you just answer me this? I always had this unknown ability that allowed me to smell people differently. I don't know why I have it nor if it is a part of my quirk. Stronger someone is, more foul their smell become. It saved me many times against dangerous people. Even quirkless people have a weaker foul scent. And yet you don't smell. You, despite all your powers, don't smell the slightest. Izuku. You wanna know the answer from me? Cha in. Yes. Please. Why are you different? Izuku. I would love to answer that the best way I can, Miss Cha. But I don't know the answers fully either. All I can say is that I am probably not human. Cha in. Not human. Izuku. Like I said, it is a mystery even to me. Cha in. Does Chairman knows about you doing this? Izuku. He does actually. Cha in. I see. I trust his decision. He is the former symbol of peace after all. Your secret is safe with me. Izuku. Thanks, Miss Cha. Cha in. Have a safe trip, Mr. Song. Izuku. You can call me Jin. She looked at me blushing heavily. Cha in. Oh Jin. Have a safe tea trip. With that, our time in Korea ended. Back to Japan, I guess. Izuku's pav. I am a fucking idiot. No, I am a guy that is too selective. Like a spoiled brat not liking his meal. Right in front of me was my stats. I put a lot to intelligence and I forgot where it reached. I have about 840 shadow soldiers and yet, I have so much empty slots to add more. I didn't realize that at some point my shadow slot started to expand exponentially. Should I start taking monsters from C ranks too? I only turn monsters from a rank or high-end B rank gates. So it would be natural that I have a huge gap. This is should I keep it for a massive gate or not? And my current situation wasn't the best either. It took me 2 days but I was able to locate Overhaul's grave. And looks like no one cares for him. His grave is dirty. I dig his bloody corpse and open to coffin. Man, he is in a bad shape. And his head was stitched to his body back and apparently the doctor who did it didn't really care. Izuku. It has been some time since you died but, let's see, arise. He was covered with darkness. Alarm. You have reached for the fighting spirit of this soul. Shadow has reached out to your call. Alarm. Time has passed since the person died. The shadow soldier's abilities will be reduced. Skill overhaul is reduced to forge. Alarm. Shadow soldier's rank knight and above can be named. Please pick a name for the soldier. Shadow soldier rank 11 knight. He is slightly stronger than when I got Igris for the first time. But that will do. His ability forge is similar to his former quirk but he can no longer manipulate living objects. But that is not a problem to me. There is definitely a use for him. As for his name. Izuku. Forger. Your name will be Forger. He bowed and his status changed. Forger LVL 11 Knight. Izuku. Impressive. Quote. I looked at him. His black bird mask glowing green along with the fur on his coat. Green veins covering his forearms is a way to show the way his quirk works, darkness surrounding him. As if he was the true boss. Izuku. I hope Eri won't react badly. But I will find that out once I am back home. So I decided to head back home. I divided my forces to teams so they will work much efficiently. Flashback. Izuku. Looks like we got too many to stay in one group. It is time. I divide you all to teams like the last time. We got Igris, Tank, Iron, Magnet, Fenrir, Tusk, Warrener. 7 teams. Will do. And one team will be with me. Your mission will be creating high-ranking gates you find. If it is a rank inform to me, so I will turn the monsters in it into shadows and hide them to a secure and hidden location. If it is not, they just collect whatever is in it. Anything that might be of use in the future. Don't be seen by humans, but if it comes to it, defend them from danger. That is, if they are not villains. I am pretty sure you all know the difference, am I correct? The ones around me nodded. Izuku. Good. Then all of you disperse. And listen, your team leaders. Flashback ends. Now I arrived at home and saw Eri sleeping. It is late, so there is no point telling her now. I decided to rest as well since my fatigue is building up. And I regenerate mana and HP while doing that, so it is a plus. And I no longer have to go inside one and maybe help Eri a bit. Once it is dawn, I will see their progress and make another division, putting Forger their leader. He is a strong one. His new ability will help me in the future. Next day, I woke up around 5 a.m. in the morning and get dressed after a good shower. I was able to sense my shadows, specifically my new team leaders waiting on the rooftop hidden. I got upstairs to see how things have been last night. And well, some of them leveled up well. Especially Igris. Would you look at that, he nearly surprised Tusk in level. If he keeps growing the rate he is, he will be the strongest soldier I will have right now. But who knows about the future. I finished my job while going to where they hid monster corpses. They only left a piece of the corpse since that's all I need. When I was back, it was already early in the morning. I finished the rest of my daily quest and now here I am. I took a shower and once I was done, Eri woke up. Izuku. Snowball, good morning. Eri. Good yawn morning, Papa. She yawned like a cat. Izuku. Are you exited that you will be back to school? Eri. Yes, I missed my friends. Izuku. Good. Now get ready. I will prepare the breakfast. Eri. Okay, Papa. Quote, I cooked bacon and eggs. And something for myself. While we were eating, I decided to ask Eri about it. Izuku. Snowball. Eri. Yes, Papa. Izuku. Do you remember the bad man? She stopped eating. He got saddened and looked down. Eri. I do. Smile, but he is gone now. I know for sure. Izuku. Well, Snowball, you remember the red guys I under my army? They are the bad men that in that cave. Eri. I know, Papa, you turn bad people into good people, right? That's how Grandma and Aunties told me. I looked at him with wide eyes. Did Mom plan this? Izuku. You can say that. Yesterday. I did the same thing to the bad man too. He is not him and never will be. He is different now. Quote, Eri. Really? Izuku. Yes. Let me show you. Quote, I grabbed her gently and summoned Forger. Eri looked at him and flinched. But she got out of my hold and walked up to him. Forger was kneeling down. Eri. I don't know why Bad Man was so mean to me. Bad Man hurt me a lot. And he never stopped. And I hated him. Every time I closed my eyes I saw him hurt me. And I was scared. Tears creeped out of her eyes. I was looking at her intensely. Maybe this was a mistake after all. Eri. But I am not scared anymore. Because you are not him. You are not the bad man. You are Papa's sidekick like others. So I don't hate you. And I am not afraid of you. Eri gently patted his nose. Forger looked at her and reached her hand out to pat her back. I was tense the whole time during this exchange. Then I took a sigh of relief and smiled. I hold my heart. Izuku. Thank you, Snowball. Eri. I trust Papa. You won't let others hurt me. Izuku. Yes, sweetie. I won't. I never will. Now get ready for school. I will drop you. Eri. Okay, Papa. Quote, she went back to her room to change. I took an even bigger sigh of relief again and sat down. Shit. Never felt this nervous in a long time. But I was happy. Once she was ready, I took Eri back to her school. There I saw Miss Sosaki next to the school gates. I turned my face to see her dropping Kota off. When she turned her head back, she saw me and smiled. She waved at me. Shino. Jin-kun over here. Izuku. Sosaki. Good to see you here. Shino. Yeah, good to see you are back. Izuku. So how were things since I wasn't here? Shino. Nothing much really. Kota really missed you and Eri. Kota. Shut up. I looked over Kota and smirked. Izuku. Oh, did you now? Eri. Kota-chan. Eri just hugged him tightly. It was sight we grown-ups enjoyed a lot. Eri-chan, Kota-chan. I turned my head to see a green-haired girl run up to them. Eri. Satsuki-chan. Eri rushed to her and hugged her. Kota just watched from distance. Satsuki. I missed you, Eri-chan. Eri. I missed you too, Satsuki-chan. Hi. Both me and Sosaki-san looked to see a familiar green-haired girl. Shino. Hi. Asui Suyu, was it? Asui. It was. Good to see you again, Miss Sosaki. And Mr. Sung. Izuku. Good to see you too, Asui. Asui. Satsuki-chan told me you left Japan for some time. Izuku. I visited my family back in South Korea. I also introduced Eri to them. It sure was memorable. Mom loved having her around and did her best to spoil her. Both girls giggled. Shino. That must be fun. Izuku. It was. My sister and her best friend were also the same. But how was Japan while I was absent? Shino. Nothing much. The usual, you can guess what I mean by that. Izuu. Yeah, I can. Shino. So I am free right now, so, would you be up for coffee? Izuku. Sure. She blushed while looking at me. I think so did Asui. Asui. Well, I do gotta go back to school, so I hope to see you later. Izuku. I will pick Eri up later on, so maybe I and see you again today, Asui. Have a nice day. She bushed again and left. Shino. So I know a cafe nearby. Izuku. Sure, let's go. We left together with Sosaki-san. And we sat down. Izuku. So Sosaki, I am going to ask again. How was Japan while I was gone? Shino. It was okay. Me and my team had to save a bunch of tourists from a landslide. Quote. Izuku. Where did it happen? Shino. Not so far from here. It was a big landslide, but luckily we were close, so we were able to help them. Izuku. Must be stressful. Given you were dealing with tourists. Were they from other countries? Shino. Yeah. They were. That was the stressful part. Quote. Izuku. Communication must have been annoying. Shino. Sometimes I wish I could have connect minds together. Izuku. Really? It is not like you are doing a bad job now, is it? Shino. No, but things would be much more convenient. Izuku. Maybe. What about your team? Shino. Well, currently rest of my team is recovering. They are physically fine, but they are all exhausted. Quote. Izuku. I see. That's why you have free time. Quote. Shino. Yeah, I do. So how were things in Korea for you? Izuku. They were just like how I said. My family enjoyed spoiling Eri. Speaking of kids, how is Kota? Shino. Well, Kota is still the same. Izuku. Not liking heroes. Shino. Yeah. And now he started to admire that guy. Izuku. Who? Shino. Reaper. Izuku. The vigilante. Shino. Yes. So he admires me, huh? I smiled internally. Izuku. I see. What is your opinion on Reaper? Shino. Well, I don't condone killing. But I wouldn't exactly try to arrest him either. Izuku. Why? Shino. First of, if half of the things I heard about him is correct, then I can't beat him. Second of, he does have surprising popularity all around the world and Japan as well. So I have no idea how the public would react to him getting arrested. Third, I don't know how Kota would feel about it. Losing someone he admires after everything will not be good for him growing up. I chuckled. Izuku. You know, maybe I can talk with Kota sometime and see from his perspective. Shino. You would do that? Izuku. I will do what I can. Shino. Thank you, Jin-san. Izuku. No problem. Shino. And speaking of heroes, have you seen the news a while ago? The attack to the America's Hero Association HQ. Izuku. I did. Quote. Shino. Who in their right mind would do something like that? Izuku. Beats me. Quote. Shino. I was in the agency when that happened. We were all shocked. Izuku. I was in the HQ. Shino. Right, you are working with the South Korean Hero Association. Wait, does you being here affects your work? Izuku. Not at all. I can help chairman from here just fine. Beside, he is quite understanding and I even introduce Eri to him. The two I am sure formed a connection. So he is fine with me working here. Quote. Shino. What do you do for him again? Izuku. All sorts of errands. Whatever he asks me to do. I do it. Shino. No question. Izuku. No, I do question. But I do it regardless. Quote, Shino. Sounds like you respect him that much. Izuku. I do, Shino. And perhaps admire him. Izuku. That's also true. She smiled. Shino. To be honest, I was surprised when you told me you were still a teenager when we first met. But you seem so reliable that the chairman of the Korean Hero Association is allowing you to do all this. And you are strong too. Izuku. I appreciate the compliment, thank you. After an hour, we left the cafe and we were walking around. The then suddenly got an idea. Shino. Hey, how about this, I introduce you to my team. Izuku. Sounds interesting. Sure, lead the way. Some time later, we arrived at a cat-themed building which I assumed to be her agency. Izuku. Living up to your team name, huh? Shino. We do. Upon entering, I was met with 3 people. 2 women around the same height as her and a man around my height. First woman had blonde hair with blue eyes. She tied her hair to a ponytail. Second woman had long silky green hair and green eyes. But they were a lighter shade of green than mine. The third man was a tall guy with brown hair tied to a short ponytail and brown eyes. He was quite muscular. Maybe his quirk is more suited for battle. Or for close combat at least. They were all chilling in the living room watching TV. Shino, welcome back. Oh my god, who is piece of eye candy? I looked at her with a hint of surprise. Shino. That Ryoko is Sung Jin-woo. Quote, oh, the guy you mentioned. Quote, mentioned. He is all she talks about since they met. I looked at Sosaki surprised. She just turned her face away while blushing. Izuku. I see. I didn't know you had such a high opinion of me, Sosaki. Shino. Well, and now she can't speak. Oh, look how the calm and collective leader of the Pussycats has fallen. Quote, the 3 laughed. I just chuckled. Izuku. So your names? The blonde woman walked up to me. I am Ryoko Tsuchikawa, nice to meet you, cutie. I am Tomoko Shirotoko. I am Yuara Charota, nice to meet you. Izuku. I am Sung Jin-woo. Nice to meet you too. Ryoko. So Mr. Sung, are you single? Shino. Ryoko. Sosaki instantly closed her mouth. Shino. Sorry for her, she wants a maid way too badly. Izuku. I see. Ryoko. Let me go, Shino. Shino. Hush now, stand down. Let's sit down and talk, like grown-ups. Ryoko. Fiend. She seemed quite childish, but they managed to calm her down regardless. Izuku. So you are the rescue heroes known as Pussycats. Tomoko. We are. Izuku. You usually deal with disaster area, am I correct? Charota. You are correct, Mr. Sung. But we do occasionally engage with villains. Izuku. I know, I expected that much. Shino is pretty decent with hand-to-hand combat and you are well-built man. Good for close combat also. Charota. Thank you. Yes, I am the main close combat guy in the team. Quote, Shino. Ryoko, thanks to her earth manipulation quirk, is quite versatile and perform long-range attacks well. Quote, Izuku. Really? That's impressive. What about you, Miss Shirotoko? Tomoko. My quirk is called Search. I can locate people in 100-meter radius along with someone's weak points. Quote, Izuku. I see. So that's how your team works. Ryoko. Pardon, Izuku. When it comes to rescue, you search for civilians and report to Sosaki, who then informs Chitora and Tsuchikawa. The 2 use their abilities, mainly Tsuchikawa, to get people out of any danger. As for combat, Chitora this time scans the white spots of his opponents and informs Sosaki about it, but this time she does this without alarming the villain. Then Sosaki informs you 2 again, and either one of you, both of you, or against a dangerous opponent, all 4 of you take out the villain. Am I correct? They looked at me with wide eyes. Ryoko. Shino, how much did you? She stopped while looking at her, she was equally shocked. Izuku. She didn't inform me about anything or any of your secrets. This is an obvious guess based on your team or specifically how your quirks work. With a formation like yours, this strategy is the most optimal. We chat more and without realizing it was time to the kids from school. Izuku. Alright Sosaki, let's pick the kids up from the school. Sosaki. Okay Jin-san. The 2 of us left the place and head for the school. There we saw Eri and Kota heading out together. They were also holding hands. But my and Sosaki's eyes widened. We then looked at each other and smirked. Izuku. Hi kids, how you doing? They turned at us and Eri rushed at me. I grabbed her and I was about to leave, but Sosaki's phone ringed. Sosaki. Hello, what? I see. Okay, I will be there. Izuku. What happened? Sosaki. Jin-kun, can you take care of Kota for today? Izuku. Hero work. She just nodded. Izuku. Okay, stay safe. Kids are with me. She bowed slightly and rushed back to her agency. I looked at the kids. Eri was stoic while Kota was huffing. I just sighed and grabbed both of them. Izuku. Well kids, looks like you were with me today. Eri. Okay papa. Kota. Whatever. Looks like I got a talk with Kota sooner than I expected. I was waiting in the room. Kota and Eri were playing together. Or should I say Eri trying to cheer Kota up with him being all gloomy. I sighed and interrupted them. Izuku. Kota, can we talk? Kota. Sure, what is it? Izuku. It is about your parents. Quote. Kota looked at him with a frown. Izuku. Listen, I am not going to say they died honorably. There is nothing honorable about leaving your family behind. Especially if they need you. Trust me, I know. But you must understand. Taking it out on Shino won't help you. Or the society for that matter. Kota. I was able to see that he was getting annoyed. Izuku. Did you know I was also around your age when my mother died? He froze and looked at me surprised. Eri on the other hand was looking at me confused. Kota. You lost your mother. Izuku. Yes. And fun fact, the villains who killed her were rather stubborn too, so they pursued me for some time. Eri. Papa, but grandma is alive. Quote. Izuku. She is my adopted mother, sweetie. By birth mother, however, died when I was 4. Kota. What about your dad? Izuku. I never had one. At least I have no idea. I then crouched down and looked at him. Izuku. People die, Kota. Sometimes sooner than we like. That's the hard truth of life. Leaving children like you behind. And I know it. I know all about it. You don't really hate heroes or the society. You are sad. You just don't want to be alone anymore. Quote. At that point Kota was crying. Izuku. Listen. You are not alone, Kota. You have Shino, who is doing her best to raise you. You have her teammates. You still have your friends. You have Eri, and you have me. I won't leave you, Kota. Quote. I then hugged the kid. He hugged me back. Eri, seeing this, also started to cry and hugged him. Seeing this, I hugged her too. Eri. Ko-chan, I am sorry. Kota. For what, Eri-chan? Eri. You were sad. Izuku. It is okay, both of you. It will be okay. Quote. I hugged both of them until they calmed down. The two kids then continued playing more. I turned the TV on for kids to watch some cartoons. However, while I was switching the channels, we ended up finding the news channel. And it was bad. Especially for us. Given how it talked about the Pussycats. Reporter. We are outside the ***** warehouse. The villains inside, there are a lot of civilians held hostage. Police has lost contact with the pro-heroes, went inside for the rescue. Other heroes are waiting outside ready. As they mentioned the pro-heroes inside the facility, my blood ran cold as I heard the name of the Pussycats. Looks like I gotta intervene. I turned to Kota, who looked scared as he could get, and on the brink of crying again. Izuku. Don't worry, Kota, we'll save your aunt. Kota looked at me. Kota. How? Izuku. Let me tell you a secret, Kota. About my job. Let's keep this between us. I then transformed into Reaper. He looked at me with a shocked expression. Izuku. I am also the Reaper. Igris, Tusk. Igris and Tusk appeared. Kota looked at them with star eyes. Izuku. Keep them company. Quote. Kota. Star-eyed ***, awesome. I then summoned a couple other shadows to do the basics. Like cooking and so on. With that, I left the house and head to the location. Previously, third POV. Pussycats arrived to the location they need to be at. There they have meet with a lot of SWAT units, and over a dozen local heroes. Mandalay. What is the situation? Officer. There are more than hundreds of civilians inside the warehouse right now. We estimate that there are over 80 villains inside and they are heavily armed. Mandalay. You can't be serious. Officer. Unfortunately I am. That is why we called you. One of you do posse's a quirk that manipulates Earth, right? Pixie Bob. I do. Quote, Officer. Good, we need your quirk to minimize the damage. As for the rest of you, Ragdoll, we need your quirk to locate all the hostages. As for Mandalay, with your quirk we can keep them as calm as possible to smooth things out. Quote, Ragdoll. So what's the plan? Officer. Our plan is to use Ragdoll to locate the hostages, then use Pixie Bob to use her quirk to bring them here. Mandalay can make sure to keep them calm with her quirk by messaging them about our plan. Quote, Tiger. What about me? Officer. Take no offense, but you will be the meat shield. Quote, Tiger. You want me to act as decoy of sorts? Officer. Yes. Pixie Bob can send you and some other heroes inside with her quirk. As you distract them, she can pull the civilians out. Ragdoll and Mandalay can help her to make this go more smoothly. Mandalay. Who came up with this plan? Principal. It is Principal Nezu of UA High. However, he came up with this plan in the heat of the moment and with as little knowledge, so it is expected to have complications once the mission commences. Are you up for this? Tiger. If it will guarantee that we will be successful, that I am more than ready. Pixie Bob. Me too. Ragdoll. Same. Mandalay. All right. We will do our best. Officer. Good then, everyone. There are more than a dozen local hero and they are ready for your orders. Reinforcements are on their way, but I don't know if they can make it. Shino looked at them. Mandalay. I see. Then let's start with the civilians. Ragdoll. Ragdoll. On it. She activated her quirk. With it she was able to sense a lot of people. Ragdoll. Dang it. Mandalay. What is it? Ragdoll. There are a lot of people, more than how many I can see with my quirk. But most are in large groups together. So they are most likely civilians. The ones move individually are most likely villains. Mandalay. I see. Guide me though, them make sure I won't message any villain by accident. Ragdoll. Will do. With that the teams got into the position. Ragdoll was able to help Mandalay on informing the civilians about the plan and telling Pixie Bob about the locations of all the civilians that were held hostage. It took her about 20 minutes, but Ragdoll was able to locate all the hostages. With that information the rescue operation began. Mandalay sent the message to the civilians so that they wouldn't panic once the Pixie Bob would sue her quirk. Speaking of Pixie Bob, she used her quirk to separate the 16 heroes including Tiger into 4 groups and sent them to different locations where hostages were present. Heroes, upon seeing the villains, charged at the while Pixie Bob started to pull out the civilians group by group. Mandalay messaging them via her quick to keep things as organized as possible. Things were going smoothly as they were able to rescue 3 of the 4 groups of people. As they all head to the last group. However, this would be where things would change for the heroes. On the other side, the villain in charge was having a conversation of his own with his superiors. Villain boss. Heroes, huh? Quote, Crook. Yes sir, there are a lot. Quote, Boss. I see. Then looks like it a good time to release the beast. I hope it is as good as it promised. With that the villains released their secret weapon. On the other side heroes were evacuating the civilians. Hero. This was quick. Hero 2. It was all according to plan. Hero 3. Yeah, wait, what is that? The heroes turned their faces to see something approaching them. Something isn't human. In front of them looked human, but somehow they felt like he wasn't at the same time. They were too slow to register what just happened. And as they did, one of them was already dead. Hero. What the? But before he could finish, the person jumped in him and bit his neck. After a few seconds later he drained him of all the blood. The pro hero went limp for a second, only to drop to the ground lifeless. The person turned to the rest and charged at them. One guy was smart enough to open to comms so that this could be heard by all the forces outside. And that's all he could do. Outside, they heard the attack to the pro hero group. Everyone immediately realized they need to change the plans. Shit, something came up. Okay, we need to go in now. And speed up the evacuation process. With that the SWAT teams along with Pussycats also joined into the rescue directly, making their current numbers almost 40. Inside, Tiger and his team were the ones to regroup with the reinforcements first. This last group was the largest, so it would take Pixie Bob some time. Understanding this as the best option, all of the heroes who are stationed outside including the Pussycats went in. Pixie Bob does have good combat style for her quirk. Once they were in there with the rest of the heroes, the hostages felt even better. After all, there were a lot of heroes there right now. Pixie Bob immediately used her quirk to create extra barriers for protection and created a tunnel for every civilian to escape. But before they could, the wall got crushed and revealed a humanoid creature. It was humanoid and seemed like a male. It had pale white skin, almost as pale as snow itself. He had sharp fangs and his mouth was covered with blood. It attacked them. Not waiting for a second, Pixie Bob raised an earth wall, but the beast tore it apart just as fast. Combat heroes jumped to fight it off, but they were no match. It happened too quickly. This beast was too much for the heroes. Now Mandalay was standing there waiting her turn to be killed. As the only one standing up, Beast was going to leap forward just like it did to others. Boss, stop. The beast stopped as the leader of the villains and his goons entered the room. Mandalay looked at them. She was wounded, dizzy, barely standing up. She looked at the dozen villain and the monster in front of her. She was good at controlling her emotions, as everyone said, either to her or to the media when someone asked. But in reality, that stoic leader hid great fears behind. Fears that only amplified once she took in Kota. She wasn't just a hero now, she was also a parent. And her nephew, no, her son was waiting for her. And with a quirk like hers, she knew she wouldn't be able to do much. Boss, take her down. The best obeyed and jumped on her. Mandalay did her best to fight, but to no avail. She felt her life flashed before her eyes. Head time in the school, her licensing exam, meeting other heroines from other school and hang out with them. Her team forming. It felt like such a distant memory despite being only 22 right now. And most importantly, she remembered how her cousin died leaving Kota. Her difficult times with her. And most recently, her time with Jinwoo. The monster hit her hard. She was defeated instantly. She was launched to a wall. She crashed into it and fell down. Now severely injured and slowly losing conscious. Boss. That takes care of them. Quote, now Izuku's paw. On the rooftop I sensed for people in there. I activated stealth, but then I received a message. Alarm. Stealth reached to its final form, Phantom. New skill Phantom acquired. Skill Phantom. The user can't be detected by all 5 senses. The user can also permeate their body through any object. This may not work on object imbued with high concentration of mana. Now things are getting more and more convenient. And about time this skill would level up again. I was afraid it would stay the same. With that I went to find the civilians along with Shino. And surprise surprise, they are all in the same room. She was on the ground, surrounded by corpses of other pro heroes, including her team. I walked closer towards her to check on her. Everyone else could be brought back as shadows but her. So she must be still alive. For that I took a sigh of relief. But her situation was still bad. Even without close examination I could say that she was gravely injured. And that fact didn't help my nervousness one bit. On top of that I felt bad for her. I have been where she will be in the aftermath of this shit, so I gotta console her later. But for now, I need to make sure the people in her will be okay. And I knew how to make this happen. Upon closer look I noticed that there was nothing that could pose a threat to the civilians other than the villains. No explosive vests or collars. That's good. I left the room and deactivated the Phantom and revealed myself to the villains in front of me. Then I killed half of them right off the bat. Then I used Bloodlust to scare some of them away. Then I head back to where the civilians and Shino were. The waiting game was nerve-wracking, but it paid off as one goon dashed at the group. Crook 2. Boss. Stop shouting. And what was that earlier? I heard something. Quote, Crook 2. It is bad news, we are all screwed. Boss. Is it more heroes? Crook 2. No, it is worse. Boss. What could be worse? Crook 2. It is the Reaper. Right after he said that I used ruler authority to pull the guy outside of the inn, killed him. I made sure he would scream. I am sure the guys inside all heard his body fell to the ground after his scream. Then I activated Bloodlust and used Shadow Domain. The entire area got covered with darkness. I slowly walked into the room from the front door. Only thing the villains could see was my eyes, and all they could hear was my footsteps. They could not even see themselves or hear their own heartbeats. I walked up to see Shino's condition once again. She seemed the same. But this time I was able to check her. She's still breathing, albeit weakly. Her vitals seemed barely stable for now. As for her injuries, she had a broken arm, several broken ribs, and a broken spine. Her organs were bruised and she was suffering from a concussion. Overall she would leave. She needed medial attention fast. I kneeled down and gently grabbed her to get her closer to the civilians. That way all the people I need to protect would be in the same area. Boss. Kill him. I heard the villain shout at something. Turning my face a little I saw a monster attack me. It was fast, for him at least. But to me it was slow. Or maybe the amount of points I put the agility was making it look slow and I was simply too fast. Either way I was able to see it. It looked like a male vampire that had not drank blood in centuries and really thirsty. And it was covered in a lot of blood that didn't seem like its own. Normally I would fight it a bit to understand what it can do, but right now I have much different priorities. So I sued Ruler's authority to grab it, and squeeze it like grape. It fell onto the ground motionless, with black smoke covering it. Izuku. That was faster than expected, but from what I see that thing killed all the heroes here. Am I growing too strong, or are these heroes just that pathetic? I know Shino and her team are rescue heroes, but the rest? It didn't matter. I simply looked at the villains who were looking at me with shocked and horrified faces while the civilians were looking at me in awe. Izuku. If that was your triumph card, then it is over. I used Ruler's authority to control a dagger and killed them all. But the boss managed to escape. As much as I wanted to kill him, he is not my priority right now, or any of the villains left in the building. I turned to the civilians. Izuku. All of you, I will make a path. Follow it and you will be safe. Quote. I then cut open a pathway that led directly to outside. Villains were nearby, but I simply sent out a few shadows to deal with them. They are just a bunch of crooks. So basic infantry should do. As the crowd was exiting, I saw a girl stop running and look at me in awe. She seemed like a girl with bob-cut white hair covering her left side. I didn't know why she was covering her face like that, but I didn't really care either. Her blue eyes were staring right at me. Girl. Your quirk is similar to me, right? I activated the Eye of Wisdom to see what her quirk was. Poltergeist. A telekinesis quirk like me. But her limit is low. Izuku. So, girl, how did you get that strong? I thought about it. Yeah, it was the system, but hey. I still had to put effort. Izuku. Put up the effort. She looked at me. But then she realized that she was falling behind. She left the building with the rest of the civilians. Then I picked her up and gently whispered. Izuku. Whisper, don't worry, Shino. Kota is safe and you are going to be okay. I got her out carrying her bridal style. I used my speed to land next to the cops. They noticed my presence and immediately pointed their guns to me. Officer. Civilians were right, you really were inside. Izuku. I don't like your tone, officer. And if you are going to shoot me this position, then I suggest you check your own priorities. Quote. While I was holding Shino, I heard a loud crash near me. It was between me and the building. There I saw All Might standing there and looking at me. I laid Shino down gently and walked towards the building. All Might was there right in front of me. Izuku. We both have different jobs and priorities. Quote. He started walking up to me with a serious face. No smile. Complete utter seriousness. Everyone who was looking at it shivered. I can feel them shaking even from here. Izuku. So don't mix them up. We then both walked past each other. All Might. I do my job. And you do yours. He grabbed Shino and jumped away to a nearby hospital. And I went inside to deal with the rest of the villains. Time skip. It had been a week since that incident and a funeral were held for the dead heroes. I was there to support Shino, who was lowering her head. She was wearing a black dress and a hat, while holding Kota close to her. Kota was crying for the death of his uncles and aunts. Especially now that he was going to be more open towards them. A chance he may never had. Eri was trying to comfort him as best as she could. The two crying together. Eventually everyone left the graveyard, leaving only us four. I walked up to Shino. Izuku. If you want to stay here a little longer, I will take the kids with me. Jin-san. Izuku. What is it? Shino. You are the Reaper. I looked at her. She was about to cry. Izuku. I am. Shino. Did you? Izuku. Take them down. I did. Quote. Shino. I walked up to her with the kids. I hugged her from behind with Eri and Kota hugging her from the sides. She closed her eyes and we just stood there, silently. To be continued. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and make sure to like and subscribe to the channel. Now we will see you in the next video.